Mehra doesn't give a f***. He's independently wealthy and values the right to talk more than he values a few more $1 million. He's one of the most fascinating people I've ever met. He's a Hindu atheist who is pro-Indian government and anti-Indian constitution. I spoke to him in Mumbai the day after Operation Sindoor, which is India's retaliation against Pakistan for the terrorist attacks in Pahalgam. This was one of the most interesting and fun conversations I've ever had. Enjoy. My whole point of talking to you, and I think we're recording now, is I clearly am so American. I don't understand India at all. And I'm willing to come in here as someone who is an idiot and needs to learn. So you explain this to me. How does because free speech doesn't seem like a real thing here.
No, it doesn't exist.
So explain that to me.
So let's assume. So the best resource to understand the story of free speech in India is actually written by an Indian author who lives in England right now, in Western Europe. His name is Tripur Daman Singh.
Okay.
He wrote this book called 16 Stormy Days.
Okay.
It's on the story of Jawaharlal Nehru and the First Amendment in India. Now, you guys are American. You're so proud of your First Amendment,
yes,
right?
1000%.
It gives you the free speech that you have in America.
Yeah.
The Indian story is completely different.
Okay.
So the Indian First Amendment says that freedom is subject to reasonable restrictions. Fuck it, I'll read it for you.
Please do.
The first
and then explain it to me because I probably won't understand just from the words.
Yeah, so if you read the First Amendment in India and then, your American brain will be like, oh fuck, I'm so glad I ran my father. My father left.
It was my nana, but sure. Yeah.
Your nana left. No, I mean, it's so stupid, this entire system, right? And like, what the fuck? The First Amendment in India actually ensures that we basically don't have any freedom, right? So let me take it out because it's very important that Americans should understand that this entire how do you say image of India had freedom and then the BJP took it away. No, motherfuckers, India never had freedom.
Yeah, that's what it's been explained to me as well. That now that there's not just one media outlet controlling everything, now we're seeing what's happening, but it's always been happening.
So this is what the amendment says, okay?
Okay.
The key part is, added 3 more grounds of restrictions on freedom of speech and expression. Public order, friendly relations with foreign states, and incitement to an offense. Also made the restrictions, quote, reasonable and thus justiciable in nature. What are reasonable restrictions? We don't know.
Yeah.
You know what the funny story about the reasonable bit is? That Jawaharlal Nehru actually did not even like the word reasonable. He wanted restrictions.
Wow.
And then the people, his colleagues at that time, he's like, Chacha, thoda calm down ho jao, matlab reasonable kar de kam se kam. And then he added the reasonable bit to it.
Yeah.
So the story of free speech in India and America are completely different.
Yeah.
2 different First Amendments. The First Amendment in America guarantees you protection from the state.
Yeah.
The Indian First Amendment guarantees you that the Indian state can screw you anytime you want.
Yeah.
And then obviously there is 19(2)(b) which says subject to public decency and morality. Define public decency and morality. Yeah. Let's say in 1970s, there was a famous song, Roop Tera Mastana, where Rajesh Khanna and Sharmila Tagore were, it's a sensuous song. It created a controversy at that time. Today, we would look at that song, I was like, okay, this is controversial.
Yeah.
Then I was a young kid in the 90s when Choli Ke Piche song came. And that created a controversy. Today, people are kissing in Indian cinema.
Yeah.
So what is public decency and morality? It's subject to the moral arc of the society.
Yeah.
The society keeps changing, right?
Yeah.
That's the issue. And this is why my problem with the entire discourse in the West is they think, see, there is this false mythology being propagated that in 2014, Narendra Damodar Das Modi becomes the Prime Minister of India and suddenly India becomes this hellhole where there is no freedom. No, there is a beautiful list of books that were banned under Nehru and Congress, and then the things that are banned under BJP and the 2 prime ministers. And the list is magnanimous. Both of them suck. See, if your logic is every single Indian political outfit sucks when it comes to free speech, I'm with you.
Okay.
But the problem is, it seems I'm one of the 10 people in India who holds that view.
Okay.
Everybody else is tribal. So when the BJP supporter does the BJP suppression, they don't look at it. when the Congress supporter looks at Congress doing it, they don't look at it. Somebody belongs to Mamata Banerjee's party, TMC.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding, okay? Mamata Banerjee's party ensured a guy lost his job or was fighting a case for 10 to 12 years, some scientist or some guy, for just one thing he said. Even crazier, in Odisha or Assam, I don't remember where it happened, there's this dude, somebody commented on an IAS officer's post, he just put an emoticon, that laugh emoticon on Facebook. They filed a case against him for that emoji. Because the law is an ass in India. There is no free speech in India. Anybody who thinks India has free speech, and Modi did something. Modi did not change any of these laws.
Okay.
The exploitation happens from 1950 onwards, when we formally had the constitutional structure guaranteeing us this bullshit. And then we have blasphemy laws in India. 295A, 153A.
That's how Manawar got in trouble, right?
Yeah. 124, the Sedition Law. Like it gets used so vaguely in India. Like anything is anti-national.
Yeah.
Everything is anti-national. So if we want to have an honest discussion about it, then we should say the law is an ass. But look at the entire discussion in India. Anybody, and I don't care who gets hurt in the process. Mere kaun se sage wale hai ye log. I don't care. Like, and you know, the biggest culprits in this, honestly, are the stand-up comedians of India.
Okay.
All of them.
Okay.
They're all full of shit. They don't believe in free speech themselves.
Okay, explain that.
Okay, because A, they don't read. See, my biggest grouse is nobody reads.
Yeah, I don't read.
Yeah, and when you don't read, you should not opine. That's my whole point. Like, if you study a subject, then have an opinion on it. Otherwise, it's like opinions are like assholes. Everybody has one.
Yes, I understand that.
So there are serious opinion makers, and then there are people who talk. The way comedians in India, it's not like they have a legal understanding of the journey of freedom in India. And like, if you ask an Indian comedian, when was the blasphemy law in India? They're like, India has a blasphemy law. That is the first reaction. I was like, yeah, 295A is a blasphemy law. So they did not even know it comes in British India. It starts with the story of the Rangila Rasool book.
Okay.
So there was a book called Sita Ka Chinala. Yeah, literally.
Okay.
Uske response mein, somebody wrote a book, Rangila Rasool. There were riots and the publisher was murdered.
Okay.
The British were like, okay, these fuckers are crazy.
Yeah.
Let's put a blasphemy law as a solution.
Okay.
The British did what they did. What the fuck are Indian politicians doing?
Yeah.
The British left, right?
Yeah.
What's your excuse now?
Yeah.
And imagine a country which is still 82% non-Abrahamic. It's, I'm not saying Hindu, I'm saying non-Abrahamic.
Correct.
At least 82% of India is not Christian, Muslim, Jewish, Parsi, right? We're Hindu, Muslim, Sikh, Jain, Baudh, whatever, or people
Muslim
like me.
is, Abrahamic.
Abrahamic. All these are Abrahamic religions. Non-Abrahamic religions don't even have the concept of blasphemy.
That I understand.
We don't even have a concept. Like, the closest Sanskrit word we have is Ved Ninda, which is like heresy, not blasphemy. And that too in some obscure, verse in the Manusmriti, they talk about it. I mean, I mention it in my book, that verse of the Manusmriti. And the punishment is like, isse baat mat karo ek mahine ke liye, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
And we have a proper blasphemy law. We're not Pakistan.
Yeah.
Pakistan has a blasphemy law. That's their
It's a theocracy.
nature.
Yeah, it's Abrahamic
That's their
religion. That would all
nature.
make sense. Yeah.
Why is the entire population of India subject to this law? Again, nobody talks about it. Nobody wants to talk about it. No stand-up comic in India wants to talk about or against 295A. Because for some reason, Indians think opposing blasphemy laws is opposing Muslims. I was like, how? Like, I'm opposing a law. I don't care. As a disbeliever, I think religion is just an idea.
Yeah.
It's just an idea. I should be allowed to question it, mock it, do whatever I want to do with it.
Yeah.
But in India, you have this special privilege and it's being forced upon people.
Right.
And we just take it. Or 153A, you can clamp down on speech because it disturbs public order and morality. Like, how do you define these things?
It's all very vague.
So, ye problem hoti hai. And the people in India are, and this is not a Congress and BJP thing. They are all full of shit.
Yeah.
They are all full of shit.
Okay.
On this subject, no. Do you think these politicians control us in India? Do you think they want to lose the control? See, if freedom goes away, right?
Right.
Who benefits the most?
People in
Politicians.
power. Yeah.
And Indians are so moronic. But they are. I mean, what do I do? This is like, how dare you call stupid people stupid? Abhe gadhe ko gada nahi bolu to aur kya bolu? So they are all stupid. And when people like me say, nahi, the law, we need to get, no, what happens if this happens? What happens if that? Literally, when I was never into writing stuff. But then I decided I'm going to write 3 books. The first one was me trying to explain how atheism did not originate in the West. It actually originates in this land. And how atheism in India is actually slightly different from the way atheism is there in the West. I'm a living example of that.
Yeah.
My book is called Nastic. Now, my second book is going to be on blasphemy. I'm going to make the case for blasphemy.
I agree.
We have to blaspheme more in India.
I agree.
And you know what worries me now is like in the Kunal Kamra case. But now politicians are sacred now?
Yes.
Do you see the increase in the depth of what constitutes to be sacred now?
Yeah.
So it's not just in the case of Kunal Kamra. I think it was in 21 or something, some ad had mocked the Congress. And Congress workers in Bombay had come and broken the office of that company. And Bhai Jagtap, who was the leader at that time, very proudly tweeted about that video.
Yeah.
So this expansion of what means sacred. I was like, okay, I understand your feelings are hurt that your politician was criticized. Fairly or unfairly also does not matter.
Right.
You have defamation. If it's a lie, you sue them for defamation.
Right.
Another problem in India. India is a unique country. We have criminal defamation laws, not civic defamation laws like you guys in the.
So you can get thrown in jail for defamation.
Yeah, I mean it's insane. Like, how can anybody think this is normal?
Yeah, I don't. So to harken back to what you're saying, what's your issue with stand-up comics specifically? Why do you think they're
because they're all unprincipled. Most of them are unprincipled. They're cowards. So I always say this. Stand-up comics are obsessed about all these, booga booga lines like, you gotta punch up, you don't punch down.
No, fuck that. I've never believed that.
Oh, Indian comics say that all the time. Oh, you gotta punch up, you gotta punch up.
This is an anecdote. I remember a writing session with some Indian comics. They were nice guys, but I had this premise and then we had fun with it and we were laughing and then one guy stops, he goes, isn't this punching down? And I truly never respected that person again. I got so mad. I was like, what does that even fucking mean?
Yeah.
Punching down.
Yeah. And so let's break this whole punching down concept. India is obsessed with minority, majority.
Yeah,
it's just a load of bollocks, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But in India, if I'm a Hindu comic in Kashmir, not in Jammu, in Kashmir.
Okay.
The population of Kashmir is 98% Muslim. If I'm mocking something Islamic, am I punching up or am I punching down?
Yeah, you're punching up.
So, but in India, they will say, but all of India is Hindu majority, so you're punching down, so you can't do it.
Yeah.
That's what's fucked up about this whole punching up and punching down.
That is a premise I disagree with. Any comic who still believes that in the West, I think largely the majority of us are like, that's retarded. But we have this thing that I personally don't subscribe to. So any comic who believes that, I dismiss that. But what are your other issues with stand-ups? Because this is what I'll say. There's no book to read about stand-up. You're going to convince me of a lot of things about India, about Hinduism, because I'm not an expert. I don't try to give opinions because I don't know. Stand-up comedy, I know better than almost anyone on earth.
Which is why I had quote-tweeted you when you had spoken about Kunal.
Yeah.
I did. And listen, I started by saying I like you a lot.
Yeah.
Because I genuinely do. I mean, I don't know if you've noticed, I've always promoted your work. I genuinely liked your work, Nimesh's work.
Yeah.
And you feel a sense of pride when you see kids who are born there of Indian origin doing so well.
Thank you.
Like your fucking radar about Indians is amazing. Like you always get it right. You truly get it right.
Thank you.
And I always tell my wife all the time. I was like, this guy's so good. I would love to go and watch him live someday.
Oh, we'll make that happen.
Yeah,
not in India. But somewhere else.
In America, man.
Yeah.
I lived there for 6 months of the year in Canada.
Okay.
I'm across the border. I'm in Windsor.
Perfect.
Just right by Detroit.
Yeah.
So for me, Indian comedy. So, my friend Daniel Boardman, he's a journalist and he also dabbles with comedy on and off. When he came to India and, he went to Delhi and everybody's like, Dan, you cannot joke about this. Dan, you cannot joke about that. Dan, you cannot joke about that. Dan calls me. He's like, why the fuck am I even over here?
Exactly.
I was like, Dan, what did you expect? These guys are pussies, which is why I don't respect them.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, we don't want to go to jail, blah, 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 blah. I was like, हाँ भाई, तू ही अकेला सारा risk taker है ना? मैं तो चूतिया ही पैदा हुआ हूँ. मेरे को तो कोई जेल में डाल नहीं सकता.
You're bold, but you're bold in a way not many people are. I don't think you understand, from what I'm seeing, you are very much an outlier in your nature. That is, I'm willing to accept whatever consequences come. Very few of us are like that. Gandhi is one of one. You know what I mean? You're not Gandhi, but you are Gandhiji, but you are in the same ilk, similar ilk of, I'll accept the consequences. I'm going to say what I believe and I'll stand on that. But I don't think you understand how rare that is. Most of us, myself included, I got a wife. I got hopefully kids soon. I don't want to think about these things. So I will take risks, but I'm going to be calculated to not do that. And I don't know if you're giving enough appreciation for that fear.
I have no clue. Listen, in fact, I would have been someone who would not have cared about anything. The reason I am the way I am is actually because of my wife. Because she pushed me into it. She's like, listen, you're going to bug me at home. Tu bahar ja. Tu bahar ja, tujhe jo karna hai kar.
Yeah.
And for me, in justice, freedom is the hill I will die on every time.
That's amazing.
I don't care. Like, it's not like I have always said, as a disbeliever, I find atheists who burn religious books cringe. I have never said I endorse that method, but it doesn't mean I want to make it illegal.
Yeah.
You see the difference?
Yeah.
I won't do it myself, but I will stand up for the right, which is why I stood up for Kunal Kamra too.
Yeah.
I will stand up for everyone, no matter how cringe they are. They, like, you go outside India, burning the Indian flag in India is illegal. And there is a very normal thing, Khalistanis burn, the Indian flag outside India. And I'm used to it now. So a lot of my Indian followers, because I have a mixed follower base, right? I have followers outside India and in India because I live half and half. So they would always say, Bhaiya, why are you, supporting the idea that the Indian flag can be torn or burned? I was like, listen, why do you get hurt? I mean, I get hurt, I understand, but listen, you can't. Like, they burn the American flag in America. I was like, learn from the Americans. This is a weak country.
Yeah.
Why can't you learn anything good from the Americans?
Yeah.
We take all the bad things. Bad food, everything. But the beauty of America, like, can we not appreciate the good things of the world?
Yeah.
And this is what bugs me. As far as stand-up comedy in India is concerned, right? I would call myself an equal opportunity offender. I am.
Yeah, I think that's the way to be. That's the best way to be.
I'm one of those people who doesn't care. The reason I don't mock religion in crass ways is because that's not me.
Agreed.
That it's not. It doesn't come innately to me.
I find it cringy, like you would say.
I just think it's disgusting.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, if I disbelieve something, I should move on.
Yeah.
Why am I still obsessed with it?
Yes.
Which is where my atheism is different from maybe a lot of what the Four Horsemen, Sam Harris, and all of Christopher Hitchens, Dawkins, and all that was like. But I was like that. I grew up on that, and then I grew out of it. But stand-up comedy in India it's very easy to mock Hinduism. The punching down, mocking Hinduism is the punching down in India. There are no life consequences. तुम्हारा सर तन से जुदा नहीं होगा. सर तन से जुदा सिर्फ एक religion को criticize करने पे.
In the West, it would be making fun of white people. There's no consequences to it, which always bothered me. And I used to love hating white people. Yeah. But then I would see these people doing it, and it's just like, this is the easiest thing in the world. People clap. They don't have any respect.
You know what I loved about you is when you did that entire thing of Bring Back Apu. That was the best thing you did.
Oh, thank you.
As an Indian, I was like, we had that one thing. These motherfuckers robbed us from Apu too. Yeah.
There was a currency in being a victim that I think is going away. But it was a big currency in being a victim. And I didn't really subscribe to that because especially Hindu Americans have had a pretty easy history relative to every other minority.
We had the dot busters. I'm sure you're from that area. You remember what happened in the 80s. वो बिंदी वाली औरतों को गोली मारते थे.
I mean, I figured out what you meant from the dot busters. Yeah, that was self-explanatory.
But there is, I'm not going to deny the individual stories. But if somebody is going to say that there is systemic discrimination against Hindu Americans, go fuck yourself, man.
Exactly.
This whole thing, and another thing the diaspora doesn't like me for is, while I let them use the word Hinduphobia on my podcast for their work, and I put it in the title also, I never subscribe to it.
Yeah.
I don't like the word Hinduphobia. I never have.
Yeah.
And I'm a pretty darn proud Hindu.
Yeah.
And I will stand up when I have to. But the point is, I was like, kya hai ye Operation Olympics? Yeah, seriously, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
And the problem with the Hindu community, I mean, all of you out there, which is I'm kind of a part of it. My wife, you guys, all of you who are born and raised there. This problem is like, we are always late to the party. जो सारे medal बट गए अभी हम बोल रहे हैं medal है हमारे लिए. Is there a medal on the table? Is there a seat on the table? Like morons were coming there right now.
Yeah.
It's like, listen, the party is over. You want leftovers now?
Yeah.
So, but Indian stand-up comedy is not based on principles. It's on what is the easy target I want to mock. Indian stand-up comics are not George Carlin.
Yeah.
Indian stand-up comics are not, those legends in the United States of America who dared to say things which were absolutely fucking taboo. That's the problem.
In this society, wouldn't Kunal be that?
No. I would say Kunal, if he was that, then he would not delete his Muslim tweets.
Yeah, I guess we can definitely find examples of hypocrisy. I don't know enough.
Oh, I respect what I respect about him is after what happened and Hive got broken, that 1 minute video that he did, Hum Honge Kamyab, that was hilarious. Now that I appreciated. I was like, ye comeback acha hai.
Yeah.
That I appreciated. But no, he's not that. I would say in terms of challenging societal norms, right? See, the problem is Indians, right? We still don't understand stand-up. It's not innate to us. India mein kaisa hota hai? I don't know if you follow the old Indian Hasya Vyang, the old Indian Hindi art form. Now that's where the challenges come from. They challenge the norms. I know there are a lot of misogynistic people in that genre, but not all of them are misogynist. Okay. But that's where the real challenges to Indian society come from. And it's also, listen, you're a Hindu, so now you'll get it. Our religion was not at odds with democracy or pluralism because our religion is so plural, which is the reason, there are two countries right now. One of them is a very natural democracy and the other isn't. And there is a reason. It's the religion. It's the foundational civilizational code, which is the difference. And I don't know why people find it so offensive when I say Pakistan's civilizational code is the problem. Nothing else is the problem.
Explain that. I don't have a problem with it.
What are human beings, right? Human beings are carriers of ideas. You are as good as the ideas you carry.
That's
the
brilliant,
reason you are the way you are is because you carry two extremely wonderful ideas. At a spiritual level, you are Eastern, right?
Yeah,
and I know you're a practicing Hindu, in whatever, nominally practicing Hindu, I know that. And at the political level, you have probably the greatest political system meme in your brain, which is the American one. I always say this, the American system is probably the greatest political system planet Earth has seen. It is so robust that even, a kook like Trump looks so normal.
Yeah.
I'm not a Trump fan.
Same.
I'm not a Democrat, but I'm not a Trump fan.
Same.
I find Trump to be very weird, but entertaining.
So funny.
Yeah, so funny. I mean,
and when I met him, I was like, "What a magnetic energy he had."
Yeah,
Unbelievable.
So you have that natural affiliation. You don't even realize that you are the way you are is because your mom and dad raised you in a very dharmic way. You don't even see things that you find normal. Like, obviously democracy is a good system.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
People fought for that.
Yeah.
People gave up their life for that. It's just that we are born right now. We are recording this while Operation Sindoor happened a few hours ago.
Yeah.
And we enjoy this freedom is because somebody else does what they do.
Yeah.
Whether it's the American Armed Forces, whether it's the American system, whether it's the Indian system. And we often underestimate that other nations do not have what we have.
That is a big thing I'm guilty of as an American coming here.
Yeah, and it's so funny, like that joke by Russell. He's like, I was so Indian and then I landed in India and became Canadian like that.
Yeah, exactly.
And my wife used to find it very offensive. I used to say, you're not Indian.
Yeah.
I was like, don't be ashamed. You're a Canadian.
Yeah.
You're born here.
Yeah.
You should be proud of that. She's like, no, I'm also Indian.
Yeah.
And then she moved to India with me and she realized, I was like, oh, I am so not Indian.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's fine. You just look like us.
Yeah.
You guys are just, whatever. Nowadays, calling someone a coconut is also racist, apparently, in American lingo.
Here's what I would say about getting offended. If you called me that, it would hurt my feelings because I'm insecure about my Indianness. So the only way you can offend me is if you make fun of something I'm already insecure about. If you make fun of me for being Indian, I'm not insecure about being Indian in America. I know to you I'm American, but there I'm Indian. If they make fun of me about being Indian, it doesn't really hurt my feelings because I'm secure I love India. I love my heritage. But if you make fun of something I'm insecure about, I get offended.
Yeah, and the thing is that I also don't like this thing that, Hinduism is the sole property of only Indians in India. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Hinduism is as much as of Akaash, who's born and raised in America, or a Julia Roberts, or somebody else. Like, तुम्हारे बाप की जागीर है क्या सालो? Hinduism किसी का भी हो सकता है.
Yeah.
So to this, to all those people, I always say, fuck off.
Yeah.
If somebody tomorrow wants to be a Hindu and they're not of your ethnicity, you're not going to allow them, or what?
There's so many things you say that I want to grab onto, and I'm going to go back to something you said earlier. You said one country is a democracy, one country isn't.
Because the foundational principle.
To my American brain, I'm going to interrupt you. To my American brain, you are not a democracy without free speech. Those two are like this. So I'm not saying India is not a democracy. But I am saying I'm having trouble computing how a democracy cannot have something as fundamental as freedom of speech. As an American, to me, it's like, are you a democracy? What am I missing?
So I would say there are levels to things, right? So there is North Korea.
Yeah.
America is here. And there are so many layers in between. Right? Even Pakistan, I would say, is better than North Korea.
Yeah.
Right?
What a
as much as I dislike them. But they are better than North Korea.
Yeah.
But we are not Pakistan, right? We are slightly probably less than America, and maybe now at par with how things are in Canada right now, right? In terms of free speech and stuff like that. And also in India, you have to realize you can mock the national parties as much as you want. I think per capita national parties are much more, okay with it.
Yeah.
And there are fundamental reasons for that. What happened with Kunal, or what happens in a lot of these cases, I'm not in every case, but in most cases in India, what happens is a regional political outfit. Their entire essence is, aggression, thuggishness.
Shiv Sena.
Not just Shiv Sena, any regional outfit.
Yeah.
Whether it's TMC, whether it's DMK. While Kunal was being bullied by Shiv Sena over here, DMK was bullying someone in Tamil Nadu. That's a different state that Kunal never spoke about that. I spoke about both, Kunal and that guy. And I'm not a fan of Savaku either. As a YouTuber, I think he's very crass, very cringe in his criticisms, but he's a political YouTuber, but they threw feces in his house. It's just
disgusting.
Regional political outfits, their entire essence is, they are either caste-based, language-based, region-based, something or the other. But national political outfits, what happens is they are national, whether Congress or BJP. They have to temper their views because BJP can't just say, I'm only for Southern Indians, not for Northern Indians, and vice versa. BJP has to carry everyone along.
Right.
So what happens is the nature itself tempers them down, both Congress and BJP. And that's why they are able... Like, I can show you videos of young kids literally urinating on the photo of Amit Shah. I can show you right now.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's freedom, to your point.
They are.
Yeah.
And people are like, and the tag is, aur kitni freedom chahiye terko? So India has many shades,
Yeah.
There's I forgot the author who had said, for everything that you say about India, the opposite is equally true.
That makes sense. I mean, 1.4 billion people, so many states.
See, but unfortunately in India, the discussion is not about the laws. If the laws don't exist, right, these regional outfits, they can't misuse them.
Right.
So free speech is about protection from the state. It's not protection from societal consequences. Now, if tomorrow I crack a bad joke and my housing society says, you are free to live, you have every access to everything in the society, but we as a society are not going to speak with you. That's not a violation of your free speech.
Yeah.
But if the state comes and says, I'm going to pick you up from your house, put you in a jail, put you through the ringer from 10 years, because in India, the process itself is the punishment, that's the problem.
And you think the state does that or does not do that?
Definitely state tortures you in India when it wants to.
Yeah.
As my friend Anand Ranganathan says, the only reason all of us are not in jail is the state in its wisdom has decided not to jail us.
Yeah. So I could jail you at the drop of a hat.
Oh,
you're not worth it.
You being an American can't be jailed beyond a point until and unless you do some espionage in India.
Yeah.
But other than that, you're actually pretty safe in India.
Yeah.
It's the others, people like me, who aren't safe.
So I worry sometimes if I say something crazy, my family who's here.
ना कुछ नहीं होना, उनको नहीं होता.
Okay.
देखो beyond a point क्या होता है? I know you had said this on Flagrant about the fear. Yeah, when the Samay thing happened. Now for me, the point is that I think people overplay also things, and you have to know how to say things at times in India.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll still stand up for Kunal Kamra.
Mm-hmm.
Because no matter how crass Kunal Kamra is, he has a right to be crass.
Yeah.
And I believe the Indian political class has no business being the way they are. And we will get there. I'm very positive. Yaar, the things that get said today, yaar, growing, I'm 44 years old.
Mm-hmm.
यार मेरी तो गांड में दम नहीं था बोलने का. जो मैं आज बोलता हूँ. मैं 15 साल का, 20 years, I would not say these things, man. I was so shit scared.
Yeah.
Now I don't. Now the internet has just, they say you can't say this. Streisand effect on steroids kicks in. Everybody starts saying it. They say you can't use this hashtag. The whole world starts using it. How the internet has just broken the back. It's just now the struggle is, when do we get rid of these laws in India?
Yeah.
And that's what I'm fighting for. I'm fighting for removing these laws.
When do you think that happens? Does it happen? I mean, if it's in the Constitution, in the US, the Constitution is the number one fundamental immutable thing. I guess you can do amendments, but like freedom of speech, I can't ever imagine that repealing that amendment. So do these laws change in India?
Yeah. India has had so many amendments. We've had 100+ amendments.
And do you think they amend the freedom of speech?
They could. See, right now we are what? 2,800 average incomes, 2,800 USD average per capita income society. So the number of have-nots are way more than the number of haves.
Right. This is Kunal's fundamental issue.
And when we reach 10K, the number of haves will be so many. And the more secure you go up the financial ladder, see, who thinks? The person who has spare time. Only two kind of people have spare time. Rich people and fakirs.
Yeah. It's a privilege to have free time.
Either you don't pursue materialism, then you have all the time in the world, like a philosopher, like a Socrates or a Bulle Shah or a guru who has all the spare time, and then they cross boundaries. Because they thought.
Yeah.
Your actions are direct results of your thought.
Yeah.
You first dare in your thought, then it becomes an action. Or you're so rich, now you have no, insecurity. So to expect an average Indian to fight for these laws is a little, bit rich.
Yeah.
I can do it is because I'm financially secure.
Yeah.
And also I'm crazy.
Yeah.
So it's a bit of both.
Yeah.
But I don't expect...
But it's easy to be crazy when you're financially secure.
Obviously. Yeah. Like I always say, you have to be unfuckwithable.
Yeah.
The golden law of being unfuckwithable in India is make money. Preferably have 2 passports in the case of India, because we don't allow 2 passports.
Yeah.
Have an Indian OCI and a Western passport.
You have the OCI or you
No,
Indian
I
citizen?
still carry the Indian passport.
Okay.
I have not given up my Indian passport. Third, no politicians in India. A few of them. Preferably the ones in both parties. So that you get some cushion cover no matter who is in power.
Does Congress mind that you're openly a BJP supporter?
Oh, I have so many Congress friends.
Okay.
So many.
That seems...
So many Congress friends. And they respect... See, the reason people respect me is I am, no matter what, the principle matters. To me, it doesn't matter. Which is the reason the BJP also respects me. They're like, isko kharid nahi sakte. So that's why they respect me.
Yeah.
They're like, ye bikega nahi, aur jo hoega, ye muh pe bol dega. And I don't care who gets hurt in the process. So, I mean, there are some good people in the Congress too. I would not say Congress has all bad people. I would be a liar. Like, I can take names. Manish Tiwari is someone I immensely respect. Now, Priyanka Chaturvedi thinks because I added her face in the meme, but I actually respect her a lot. She used to be from Congress, now is a Shiv Sena Uddhav Thackeray MP, known to be going to another party. But that's okay. I respect her as an individual. There are many people who I could say across the political aisle that I respect in India. But what's happening right now is that we don't have enough haves in India. And when we will have enough haves, the pressure to change these things will come there, because society only changes when mavericks push the boundary. But there is a way to push the boundary in India. The reason maybe I end up having more success is because the language that I use when I talk to the powers that be, irrespective of which political outfit or think tank they belong to, is that I speak their language.
Which is
laced in Indian cultural lingo. I see you know what happens with Indian comedy is, with due respect to them, a lot of it is George Carlin, 1970s, 1980s, cut, copy, paste, put in Quillbot, words changed. I'm just being very honest.
Yeah.
There's no originality there. There are a few of them. Zakir is there, Abhishek Upamanyu is there, many others are there who are very original. But the problem with Indian comedy is, I think they live in New York mentally. And physically, they are in Mumbai.
I don't know enough, but when I see Indian stand-up, I love it. I also remember it's a very young scene. It's 15 years old.
Yeah.
But I don't see a lot of stand-up with teeth, with edge. Samay has some edge. The jokes.
Only Samay.
Samay does. Kunal does, whether you agree or disagree, there's edge.
Yeah, no, I'll accept that he has edge.
That's
I'll
what
grant him
I'm
that.
personally drawn to. But I don't judge the comedians who don't have teeth. I think that is a product of
The society.
the lack of free speech. And to which I would say, not to you, but to people who criticize me, you don't understand India. I don't. But you don't understand stand-up. So you have two options. One, let these guys do their stand-up and you learn. Or
Absolutely.
two, don't have stand-up in India. It's a farce. It's not real. If I can't make 90% of the jokes I want to make, and I have to make jokes about auto rickshaws or whatever, innocuous thing, and even then I have to be careful of what I say, then don't have stand-up. End the farce. Let's just stop this charade.
Or we can look at it like this, right, Akaash? We can look at it as we are at different stages of the evolution of stand-up comedy. Maybe India is at the 7 dirty words stage.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. And you guys are at the mature stage. And
I would say you're at the Lenny Bruce stage, which is, this guy went to jail for cussing on stage.
Yeah, so that's the whole idea. And there are different reasons for that. I wish our stand-up comics actually, if India had more Samays, India would be better off.
Yeah, I agree.
Because, again, Samay is an equal opportunity offender.
Yes.
Which is why I like him.
And he loves comedy. Just talk to this guy. He loves it.
He gets it.
Yeah.
I could sense that. He gets it.
Yeah.
But the moment India has more Samay Rainas and less of the other lot, it will naturally happen. Also, it's a cultural thing. We are a risk-averse society. A risk-averse because we're not a rich society. Who takes a risk?
People who have.
कहाँ है यहाँ पे? यार सोचो, just think about it. A kid who's born in America, who's 16, who's 17, you don't give a fuck because you have a social safety net around you. यार उधर के भिखारी भी नाइकी के जूते पहनते हैं.
Yeah.
हमारे भिखारी देखें बेचारे वो रियल भिखारी होते हैं. So you know what I'm saying.
There's a level of, every time I come to India, not every time, the first few times I remember thinking there's a level of poverty that nobody knows exists in the West.
That's the thing. And how I wish people appreciated these things, that these boys and girls, they are playing within those layers, and we should respect that reality also. Having said that, there are multiple ways they could be original. This is where your American upbringing is so natural to you, is because you don't have that fear in you, right?
Yeah.
So you just think.
Yeah.
Because you know there will be no consequences to you saying anything. Like even a guy like Tony Hinchcliffe and that Puerto Rican joke during the Trump campaign, what? He's back.
He's bigger than ever.
He's bigger than ever because the society has, the society has a 3-strike rule. If I was to use baseball lingo. Indian society does not have a 3-strike rule. Yeah. It's like 1 strike, you're out.
Yeah.
And that's why people are risk averse. And I understand that. But having said that, a lot of these people are not doing it because they're risk averse. A lot of these people, and I don't want to take names here, is because they are dishonest players. They get money from political outfits.
Oh, comedians even.
Yeah, comedians. To even podcasters in India.
Yeah.
Even podcasters in India.
I can believe that.
It's not like I run my podcast. I don't do ad reads. It's a principle. No company. Because, I like to criticize religion. And every time I criticize religion, some company, like where I remember my first offer, it's not like my podcast is not popular in India. It is. But I remember the first time I got an offer and they're like, sir, here's our condition. You can't criticize this. I was like, that's the door. Get the fuck out.
So that's a funny, because that is a thing that happens in America. But when we started, I'm going to try to get ads on this. But when we started Flagrant, Andrew's big MO, he started his own ad company, and it was, this is what the product is. And if you're not okay with what we're saying, if you're going to get upset about something, then just don't advertise with us. That's fine. But you're not going to be with us. That's okay. You're not for us. Let's find people who are willing to ride with us through ups and downs and potential scandals or whatever. Outrageous.
Yeah, Indian companies are so risk averse. And they're like, no, we have so many products that cater to religious audiences. Look at the surveys in India. 75% of India is actively religious. I was like, it's okay. Then I'm not the guy. And then I was like, you know what? I'm never going to do ad reads on my podcast in India. I'm just going to survive on members. That's it. You pay me monthly and that's it. It's like buying a ticket to my freedom. That's all. And that's how I have survived. But I know Indian podcasters, without taking names, that do sponsored videos. That people don't understand that video is sponsored.
Oh, yeah.
But that video is sponsored. Now, for me, I just don't want to live a life like that.
Yeah.
To me, that money is not kosher.
Is that easier because you already had money?
Yes.
Yeah. Principles are the luxury of the privileged.
But I was weird since childhood. Like I would give up on it even if I did not have money. It's just the way I am. I was just raised like this by my parents. Like just don't compromise. One of the biggest reasons I shut down my business also is because it was either I become corrupt like the rest of the country, and greasing palms willy-nilly, or I quit. And I quit. Even my business, I quit because it became so problematic for me. I was like, yaar, mujhse nahi hona.
What was the moment? Do you remember the moment where you said, I can't do this? Were you greasing, will you mind if I ask, were you greasing any palms before that? Just doing it a little bit here and there?
Everybody has in India. Everybody has in India. If a person says they have not, they're lying. But the point is that, in Hindi, we have a saying, it's called aate mein namak hona or namak mein aata hona. As in, if in the flour you add a little bit of salt, it's still digestible. When there is only salt and there's barely flour left, that means you have a problem. And for me, mentally, I was tired. I was tired of the entire process. I sold a profit-making business. Like, I don't do this podcast for, making money. My house doesn't run. Right. It's like fucking chum change for me. But, I don't do it for the money. I genuinely believe in the idea that I feel the world needs Eastern spirituality and Western polity. The world would be better off if we all had Eastern spiritual systems and Western political systems. And by Western, I mean American. Fuck, I don't like the Westminster model a lot anymore.
Yeah.
It has, and people have a problem with the two-party system in America. As someone who lives in a multi-party system, I think we can create a hybrid model where we can have a bit of both. And I believe the West could also benefit a lot from Eastern spiritual methods. If they had an open mind, because the image of Hinduism in the West is caste cows and curry, and that's the standard image, and I think we're a lot more than that. And if we start having those conversations as equals, fuck, you won't believe it. 3 years ago, when I had come to America, I moved back to Canada. One of the I was talking to someone in and around the New York consulate. I'm not going to take the name of the person. And they asked me, how can we help you? And you were one of the names I had taken. I was like, get this kid and Nimesh and a few others. I was like, Sagar. Sagar was one more.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Sagar. And I was like, these kids and us, some of us in India, let's start doing things together. Obviously, the consulate didn't do anything.
Yeah.
Because the consulate is useless. But here we are 3 years after. We're still talking.
Yeah.
It just happened through, the way nature is. But I had actually said this. I was like, I want to talk to these kids because we can learn so much from each other. This is not a one-way process. This is a process where you guys will teach us a lot. And India benefits from you kids. All of you living there. We will benefit so much from you guys, because when you guys come here and you can tell them, listen, we have the First Amendment in America. Why don't you guys think about things like this? And then you'll realize how dishonest the Indian stand-up comic is, because that means you can criticize Islam. And most of these comics, they'll be like, no, but what if their sentiments are hurt? And I would always tell them, in the great Christopher Hitchens way, I am still waiting for you to make a point.
Okay, so I think I'm not saying they're right. I'm actually telling you to tell me where they're wrong. I think a lot of people assume that there is a lot of Islamophobia within the ruling party of India. So for that reason, they think because they're being persecuted, not just they're a minority. I think the perception, at least for NRIs as well, Muslims are being persecuted in India, and that's why it feels distasteful.
So for anybody to prove that Muslims are being persecuted, they will have to prove it statistically. One of the biggest proofs of that would be the Home Ministry data. So Home Ministry is the ministry in charge of taking care of national security, internal national security. External security is under the Prime Minister's office. Internal security comes under the Home Minister's office. Now, I'll share all these charts with you. You can put them up on the screen later on and remind me of these things, where we look at the deaths by communal violence in India. Historically, from 1970 to 2022, we have the last data. We have not seen the reports of 2023 and 24. Deaths by communal violence in India, irrespective of political parties, is coming down. There's not because BJP is so special. It's because the more rich India gets, the more cops India hires. The more cops we hire, the more law and order happens. The more law and order happens, more skirmish. So let's say, in 1980s, if a riot would happen, 1,000 people dying was a given. 2024, a riot happens, 50 people dying is a shock. Because the state apparatus has improved. I am not giving BJP any credit. I'm just saying this is a natural process flow. So, a lot of these claims that are made are not by honest players.
Well, I'm going to give you some pushback, because I think people say numbers don't lie. Numbers can tell whatever story you want them to tell. And there's people anecdotally, we all know there's systemic oppression of black people in America. That doesn't mean they can't get made fun of. They get made fun of just as well as anybody else. But anecdotally, we know what it is. But a guy like Ben Shapiro, when he first started, would just give you statistic after statistic of how, oh no, black people don't get treated any worse by the cops. This is all false narrative. I would think maybe the same thing could be happening here.
So is there some bigotry against Muslims in India? Yes. But for it to be societally relevant, it has to show in some data or the other. It cannot... See, in a country of 1.4 billion people, I can find an anecdote for everything. Right? So I did this for an example, right? And this is where social media, I say, has, short-circuited the BJP and the Congress mind, both, at a supporter level. So I always tell people, create 2 social media handles. Follow all Congress people with one handle. Follow all BJP people with one handle. If you open the BJP people account, Hindus are getting beaten up on a daily basis. And if you follow the Congress account, Muslims are beaten up on a daily basis. Every day there is a fire, that means the whole country is burning. But the reality is the number of communal violence has gone down. The number of Naxal terrorism has gone down. This is just a fact. We can't change it. If these things don't go down, then the investments won't go up. Because investments are directly proportional to the kind of law and order that exists in any country. You can't have riots everywhere and then Apple saying, you know what, 50,000 more iPhones in India.
Let's build a factory.
It's not going to happen. It doesn't make sense. And the reality is, forget that. They said the country will burn after Article 370 is removed in Kashmir. Kashmir never had more business in their entire fucking life until Article 370 was removed. And this unfortunate incident, why did it happen? Pakistan was scared. I was like, these motherfuckers are enjoying their life. How dare they? And that's why they did Pahalgam.
So walk me through Article 370. I know Pahalgam, but walk me through what you're saying before that. Because again, you're out of my
Article
depth
370 was this special creation because Kashmir, quote unquote, in the eyes of the founders at that time, was disputed. And Article 370 created a buffer zone where Kashmiris had some privileges, special privileges, where they had their own Kashmir, Jammu and Kashmir, and Ladakh had their own constitution. And some of the matters outside of national security and stuff like that were of their own will. And it was such a discriminatory system where lower castes were not even given any rights in Kashmir. Inheritance rights were different in Kashmir. And all Article 370 along with Article 35A. If I remember correctly, it's 35A. And fact check me if I'm wrong. The combination of these two articles created so many discriminatory practices inside the system that, there were Valmikis who were living in Kashmir for eons and they had no rights whatsoever.
Okay.
So, and nobody wanted to talk about it. See, my problem in the Indian discourse is, if somebody says India has a misogyny problem, I'm with you. You say Hindus have a misogyny problem, go fuck yourself.
I agree with that.
Yeah. So that means Muslims don't have a misogyny problem? If that is the case, why are there so many, Sith lords dancing around? Yeah, I'm going to call it what it is.
Yeah.
They are dressed up like Darth Vader.
Yeah.
It's not like they are Darth Vader by choice. They are Darth Vader by compulsion. It's a fucking system that is doing this to them. And all these phony fucking liberals in India, I ask this to all my, liberal friends. If all value systems are equal, why don't my liberal friends go and live in Muhammad Ali Road in Bombay? Will they? इनकी गांड में दम नहीं रहने का उधर क्यों बोले मैं उनके साथ कौन रहेगा इतने रेसिस्ट है मैं तो जाऊंगा मैं तो खाऊंगा मैं तो मजे भी करूंगा मेरे मुस्लिम दोस्तों के साथ मैं घूमूंगा मगर मैं उनके मुंह पे बोलूंगा भोसड़ी वाला ये सुधार अपने में औरतों को इज्जत करना सीख उनको ये क्लॉथ बैग से निकाल ये मेरे में दम है बोलने का क्योंकि यस इंडिया Hindu women got empowered in 1955 thanks to Jawaharlal Nehru. Look, I am praising Jawaharlal Nehru. He got the Hindu Code Bill. Hindu women got empowered then. Muslim women are not empowered in India. That makes me Islamophobic. Fuck, you are the Islamophobic person who is supporting bullshit laws. Forget that the worst divorce laws in India are for Christians. I have meticulously stated this in my book where I show how, अच्छा ये छोड़ दे यार. Your wife is a Sikh. तो कॉल में सिक्खी में आनंद एक्ट है जो 2012 में थोड़े बहुत सिविल इश्यूज को इंडिया में रिलेट करता है. Do you know there's no question concept of divorce in the Anand Act?
No.
So मतलब it's like that famous Chakravyuh. अंदर गया अभिमन्यु बाहर आने का रास्ता नहीं है.
Yeah.
So the way out of that was Hindus, Jains, Bauds and Sikhs. They are all under Hindu Code Bill in India for civic matters. So a Sikh woman has to use the Hindu Code Bill for divorce. Anand Act में नहीं है. This should not be spoken about.
But shouldn't the laws just be written irrespective of your faith? And
भाई इंडिया में नहीं है ना वही तो मैं कह रहा हूँ.
So in America, the secular idea that a lot of people on the far right don't seem to like is, they say in America's a Christian nation, but the laws cannot be written with a religion in mind. Absolutely. I completely agree with that.
Yeah, but India is not secular. Na? India में Muslims have Muslim law.
Yeah.
Only secular laws are for Hindu, Jain, Buddhist and Sikh. 4 communities in India have secular laws. The Parsis have Parsi law. Christians have Christian law. Muslims have Muslim law. What kind of fuckery is this? I am a staunch secularist.
Yeah.
I am saying make a standard secular civil code and apply it for everyone. Why is a Muslim man allowed 4 wives in India legally? Whether he has it or not is not the issue. Why is he allowed? Why is the inheritance and the divorce settlement in Muslim law different? It should be 50-50 like it is there in Hindu law for all 4 communities. This is where Indian liberalism has failed. Indian liberalism was never about equality. It was like, it's actually very Islamophobic.
Yeah.
Because what is the way they are looking at? ये लोग तो ऐसे ही हैं.
Yeah, it's like condescending and like
you see what they're doing.
Yeah, that's how I feel about punching down. I'm putting you beneath me.
Yeah.
Just in the just saying, well, that's punching down. I'm placing you beneath me. I think there's a lot of liberals universally that just kind of, they don't realize it. They think they're helping, but they're actually looking down on these people.
They are creating ghettos. You have to empower Muslim women in India. You have to empower all women in India.
Yeah.
Yes, there is a misogyny problem in Hinduism. I am the foremost opponent of casteism in India. I literally say annihilate Jati Varna. My 3rd book is going to be called that. Annihilate Jati Varna. That's how much I hate that system. Nobody seems to call me Hinduphobic for that.
Yeah.
Because I hate that system.
Yeah.
And I don't give a fuck which Hindu gets hurt about it.
Yeah.
They're like, no, colonizer got it. No, asshole, you got it.
Yeah.
You had that system. It's a shitty system. Nuke it. And no, I don't need to blame the British for it. The same way, if Muslims have problems in India and I say anything about it, it doesn't make me Islamophobic. No, there are... See, the problem with Indian discourse is there is a lack of rights consciousness in India. And whenever rights are discussed in India, group rights are placed over individual rights.
That's very profound.
The lens of with which all the arguments your Indian friends give you, right? Just think about it peacefully. They put the group in front of the individual.
Yeah.
All of them.
Yeah.
I put the individual in front of the group, which is why I fight for the Muslim woman. Because she as an individual needs more rights. But they're like, see, the arguments like, but BJP bol rahi hai because they are anti-Muslim. Kal ko BJP bolegi oxygen is good. तुम क्या सांस लेना बंद कर दोगे चूतियों? What the fuck is this? Oh, BJP says water is good. 2 liters पियो. मैं ना बैंचोद आज से 1 लीटर पानी पीना क्योंकि गांडू बीजेपी ने बोला है. पॉटी भी नहीं करूंगा मैं क्योंकि बीजेपी ने बोला है. What kind of a stupid discourse is this? Tomorrow, if Donald Trump says something, all the Democrats are what? They're going to pinch their balls.
Yeah, they do that.
Yeah, it's so stupid because it's tribal.
Yeah.
The entire discourse in India is tribal. And I'm not saying the BJP people don't do it. If Rahul Gandhi says something sensible, the BJP wala is like, oh, I can't do that.
Yeah.
Why? If Rahul Gandhi says gravity is real, you start jumping off the cliff?
Yeah.
What the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Like, it's a retarded discourse. The entire Indian discourse is retarded. Which is why, it's a shame that a person like me is a rarity in Indian discourse.
Yeah.
Indians should be ashamed of themselves. I should be the norm, motherfuckers. It's common sense what I say.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. Like, individual rights above group rights. As simple as that.
Yeah.
Just ask yourself, if BJP was so bigoted, the gay sex was illegal in India, right? It just got decriminalized.
Yeah.
It was with the bestiality law. How fucked up things are in India. Seriously, pancho, pata nahi kaisa to vahiyat desh hai ek to ye. I'm not making this up. I hope you guys know it's 377.
Yeah.
It was combined with the bestiality law. Manola, man doing kuchiku with man is something to do with animal. Gandu, tune kya samjha hua hai?
Beast and beast.
Yeah. What the fuck? So when that got, the attempt to decriminalize it the first time was during the Congress regime. As always, it went to the courts. As always, the courts write to the political party in India. See, it's a very nice wink-wink, nudge-nudge system in India.
Yeah.
So then the Congress is... See, the problem with India is... And I'll bring you back to the gay sex law too.
Please do.
Yeah. Every political outfit in India appeases some conservative.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
I think I see what you're saying, yeah.
The BJP might do it a little to the Hindu, Jain, Buddhist, Sikh conservative. Akali Dal only to the Sikh conservative. Congress to the Muslim conservative and the Christian conservative. They are all full of shit. You see what I'm saying? They are no different. So when this gay law came, why did the Congress say no to the courts? Because they're like, our
Muslim
base, which is the Muslim and Christian conservative, they would be angry. Fuck it. It came to the BJP under the new regime. The BJP was like, Sanuki, Hindus don't care. So it is not like BJP was very principled and said, gay people can have sex. No. BJP was like, my base doesn't give a fuck. Take it out. So actually, all these motherfuckers who call BJP all these names, they don't realize their best hope is the BJP strategically, because none of these laws are going with the Congress in power. I can guarantee you Muslim women will never be free under the Congress because the Muslim mullah,
the conservative Muslim votes for the Congress.
They control that. So Congress will never give them freedom. Their only hope is the BJP, because the BJP will like, who gives a fuck? Kaddo. It's like that. So if you are a real liberal who cares for Muslim women, you should actually hope BJP does these things for the sake of the community. But you clearly are such a pathetic tribal piece of shit that you can't get over your tribalism for the benefit of the Muslim woman. That's the problem. So when did gay sex get decriminalized in India? Under BJP. When did the length, it's the standard thing, so much misconception. India mein bolte hain, oh, BJP must be anti-abortion. A lot of these American conservative types, liberal types, because they have that fixed box mentality. American conservatives are anti-abortion because that's Catholic morality. So BJP wale bhi hoenge. They don't know under BJP, the abortion limit was increased by 2 weeks.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because in India, again, BJP is appeasing the Hindu
conservatives don't care
हमारे
about
में concept ही नहीं है गांड मराओ हमको क्या करना है.
Yeah, yeah.
So they are so stupid, which is why we need
Hindu
to...
conservatives are trying to abort some daughters.
Yeah. They're like, more abortion.
Yeah, 9 months. Let's get rid of it.
And guess where?
Huh.
I don't remember which survey it was. They actually showed that the highest number of female feticide happens in South Delhi with the elites. Gandus Sale.
Wow.
I don't remember where I had read this. Fuck, I had read this a long time ago. Soch.
Yeah, that blows my mind. Why?
Because Gandu है सबको
yeah.
ऐसे ही सबको लड़का चाहिए.
Yeah.
Now it's changing a lot. Now the female, ratio, female to male ratio in India is improving. And there are a lot of good things that are happening. I'm never going to defend the indefensible about India. But यार अगर कुछ अच्छा हो रहा है तो I will also praise, the government of the day.
Yeah.
I mean, the Prime Minister has pushed. Like one of the first speeches of Modi from the Red Fort, where he said, and I was so happy that the Indian Prime Minister finally said that. He said it in Hindi. हमारे आज मैं इस माध्यम से कहना चाहता हूँ कि आप हमेशा समय आ गया है कि हम हमारे घर में अपने लड़के को संभालें, अपनी लड़की को नहीं बोले देख के चलो. As in we have to tell our sons, you get your act together, asshole, and not tell the girl, you be careful. That's a good message. So even let's assume Modi is faking it. At least he's good faking it, right? He's not bad faking it. So these are the subtleties. Now there are many mistakes, Narendra Modi and his ministers have made. Absolutely, some random politicians and their bigoted statements against Muslims. And I would be the first person to condemn it. But can you show me that when the Prime Minister's policies are laid out on the ground, let's say free housing, there is something called the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, where people are given, I think around now 2.5 lakhs, 250,000 rupees, I don't remember the exact amount, for making a house. Can somebody show me that Muslims are not given that money? They are given that money. In fact, more Muslims are getting it now is because they are the lowest in the ladder. Yeah. So they benefit immensely from the social welfare schemes. Now, I don't expect them to vote for the BJP. That's their personal choice. Who gives a fuck? But the point is the state, when it comes to policy dissemination, right, does not discriminate. Beyond that, making an issue that, why did Modi not wear a skull cap when a Muslim offered him? Listen, even I will not wear it. That's not my faith system. I'm sorry. Your kalma says, La ilaha illallah, Muhammadar Rasulullah. That means there is no God but Allah and Muhammad is the only true messenger. मतलब मेरा भगवान तो fake बोल रहा है तू भाई.
Yeah.
तो मैं इतना भी चूतिया नहीं हूँ कि मैं तेरी वो टोपी पहनूंगा. Sorry. हाँ, तू रह. You are free to your belief. You are free to believe that I'm going to hell. Well, hell is awesome, bro. Is all I want to say to them. But I'm sorry, if you think Modi is a bigot for refusing a skull cap, no. I will not.
Do you think he could be appeasing? And this is where I would, and again, I'm just pushing back where I'm trying to, at least. I lost my thought a little bit, but okay, there's no policy that you can point at and say that's anti-Muslim.
They should ask which policy. I always say, they should say which policy of the government says only Muslims will be picked up, only Muslims will be done X, only Muslims will be done Y. There are odd speeches made by BJP leaders that are extremely bigoted against the Muslims. There are odd speeches made by Congress leaders that are extremely bigoted against the Hindus.
Guys, we're going to take a break real quick. I couldn't help but notice that my episode with Kushal Mehra had a lot of you upset in the comments because you're hoes and because you can't handle anybody who disagrees with you. You know who's not like that? Steak. Steak lets creators create. They don't limit our free speech. That's why they back this pod. That's why they back Flagrant. That's why they're better than you. And here's a bet for you, for that ass, for that stupid conservative snowflake ass of yours. I bet we got 3,500 comments right now on Kushal Mehra. I bet there's 3,600 on Kushal, and all of a sudden, you guys are fans. All of a sudden, we're doing the right thing. I'll give you 10 to 1 odds on that, you stupid fucks. You ain't shit. Steak is. If you're going to gamble, do it responsibly. Don't bet your house because you're stupid and then blame me for it or blame Steak for it. Gamble responsibly, and it's super fun. It's the most thrilling way to watch cricket is throw a little money on the game, throw a little money on the match. Is Virat Kohli going to get a century in his next match? Yes. Is he going to hit a 50? Easy. Nothing. I'm giving you odds on that. Stake will do all that. And if you use the promo code Akaash when you sign up, you will get exclusive bonus content as opposed to this regular content that you suddenly changed your opinion on because you're stupid. And let's get back to the show.
Now, here's why I agree punching up, punching down, but I also understand that if one country is 20% of one religion, one faith is 20% of the population versus one that's 75% of the population, anti-Muslim rhetoric could be much more damaging to Muslims than anti-Hindu rhetoric because you're talking to 75% of the people. So 20% is not going to attack 75% realistically.
What?
But 75% could attack 20% and look down on them and again, maybe not in policy, but in practice on a human-to-human level, treat them poorly.
We should have more faith in the Indian Hindu. Because the proof is the pudding is in the eating. 1947, India got freedom, Pakistan was born. They did not get freedom. They were born. And that distinction is very important.
Explain it, because I think I know what you mean.
There is no Pakistan before that. It was only India.
Okay.
They broke us.
Yeah.
Hum unke papa hain. We will always remain their papa. And they should respect papa. Filial piety, our culture. What? नहीं पैरी पहना नहीं करते हमारे कल्चर में. Every time a Pakistani meets an Indian, they should do पैरी पहना. Hello, daddy.
Okay, all right, continue.
So, look at the numbers of Hindus in West Pakistan. Look at the numbers of Muslims in India. If they were so oppressed and the system is so oppressing them, इवन अंडर बीजेपी ऐसा तो है नहीं कि उनकी पॉपुलेशन कम हो रही है. मस्त में हो रही है उनकी पॉपुलेशन मेंटेन. सो यार कौन एनेक्डोट्स आर नॉट रियलिटी. एनेक्डोट्स आर एनेक्डोट्स. The same thing happens in the Hindu side where these Hindu content creators create a straw man by showing in certain areas in India, yes, 60% Muslims रहते हैं. तो वहाँ पे हिंदू कभी कभी oppress होते हैं. जैसे what happened in Murshidabad, in Bengal, just now, in India, in Bengal, where Hindus were killed and there were some riots that happened. Yes, anecdotally ये होता है India में.
Yeah.
It does not mean everywhere in India, wherever Muslims are in power, in majority in those small pockets, they are killing Hindus. No, it is not happening.
Right.
The same logic applies to the other side. The point is that in India, yaar 140 crore log, for fuck's sake, even bad farts have significant numbers in India.
Yeah.
Everything is real in India. I always say this to people. Show me how the Indian state through laws is actively suppressed. They will say NRC. Well, NRC was not a reality, but a national population register is the need of the hour. I am sorry, I am not someone who is for illegal immigration, whether in India or in America.
Yeah, that's fair.
तुमको आना है ईमानदारी से, legal process से आओ ना. And to say, but why did BJP bring the CAA? Why should Pakistani Muslims not be allowed in India? ऐसे भैंचो चूती हो क्या तुम? They got a country. एक चेक को कितनी बार कैश करेगा गांडू?
Yeah, well, I guess here's what you can always out argue me on policy. You know the policy. I don't even know American policy, but I will, whatever. Presenting a counter argument, not even arguing something I fully believe, but I do think there's something to be said for people in India. There's a lot of people who aren't educated. A lot of people who will act without, like you said, they're have-nots. So if you are emboldening them to be anti-Islamic or anti-Muslim, I guess, then that will inevitably lead to damage toward Muslims. And again, if the Congress is doing it for 20% minority, it's just they can't do much damage.
Yeah, people should be having every right to be against religious ideas.
Yeah, that's
Why
fair.
should you not be anti-Hinduism if you want to?
Yeah, you should be able to.
My problem is when it becomes anti-Muslim. Muslims are individuals. Islam is a religion. If you are anti-Hinduism, I don't give a fuck. Anti-Sikhism, I don't give a fuck. Anti-Jainism, I don't give a fuck. It's just a bunch of ideas.
Yeah, I'll say anti-Muslim then. I don't think it's anti-Islam.
Anti-Muslim bigotry and anti-Hindu bigotry in Muslims is equal in India. So there are assholes on every side.
It just feels, and again, I could be very wrong. It feels, what I'm told in the West is the BJP is pushing anti-Muslim rhetoric, and that is the party in power, and 75% of people are Hindu. And that is where it feels more volatile than Congress pushing anti-Muslim rhetoric anti-Hindu rhetoric when 20% of the population is Muslim. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand. No, I'm very much aware. I read all these people.
No, yeah, I'm just
the New York Times,
yeah.
the Washington Post,
Yeah.
the think tanks. I call them stink tanks, but whatever.
That's a Trump term.
Oh, I did
he
not
hasn't
know.
used it, but it's something he would do.
No, they're all stink tanks.
He will steal that from you if he hears this podcast.
So the problem is that I don't believe in anecdotes. For every bigot that is in the BJP system, there are people like me who are also in this larger system who push back against it.
Yeah.
So to say that my voice does not matter and only their voice matters is unfair. B, the so much maligned RSS. The chief of RSS is on record saying that we need to stop looking for mosques under every shivling. That's also there.
Yeah.
He's one of the most powerful men in India. So that doesn't matter. So there are many statements. The problem with cherry picking is human beings are biased, right? So we quote mine. So for example, for every quote of Baba Sahib Ambedkar,
Okay.
that is anti-A. So I'll give you Ambedkar is the classic example. So, in India, Ambedkar's anti-Hinduism quotes are selectively mined by the people on the left and shared all the time. And then the people on the right will look at the one book Ambedkar wrote on Pakistan and his quotes on Islam are not pretty either. And then they will share. The left will pretend as if he never spoke about Islam. The right in India will pretend as if he never spoke on Hinduism.
Right.
The reality is Ambedkar was the greatest equal opportunity offender India had.
Okay, that's
So
fair.
he said, fuck you to all. And that's why I love Ambedkar.
Okay.
Same thing with the discourse on Savarkar. Savarkar was so brutal on Hindus. Nobody seems to be offended by that. Like he literally wrote something like the 7 shackles of Hindu society. And then he talks about Beti Bandi, Roti Bandi, Samudra Bandi, stuff like that. He takes... Savarkar's writing is mostly in Marathi, not even in English. If you go through Savarkar's writing, you'll see he's criticizing Hindu society most of the time. And yes, he criticizes Muslims like 10%. But the left in India will say, oh my God, 10%? Look at this. He only spoke this. No, motherfucker, 90% of us is shitting on Hindus.
Yeah, okay.
So who cares? Like my point is, who cares? You cannot control bigotry. 20% of the people decide the fate of 80% of the people everywhere in humanity.
Okay.
That's the rule of life. If the 20% start clearly making policies that will suppress Muslims, then I'm with you. Till that day, I don't give a fuck, is my answer. I don't see any policy that is specifically anti-Muslim in India. The CAA that made a provision for Hindus who had come, non-Muslims from Pakistan, Afghanistan, Bangladesh, non-Muslims from these 3 countries who had come to India before 2014 to be allowed to become Indians. And people had a problem with that. Motherfuckers, you should be ashamed of yourself. Those people are getting killed. Their daughters are getting raped in Pakistan.
Yeah.
And you know what the biggest proof of why Muslims are not oppressed in India? जाके पूछ कोई पाकिस्तान जाना चाहता है क्या? वो है ना सबसे पहले तुमको उठा के एक तमाचा मारेंगे और बोलेंगे भाग भोसड़ी के. Indian Muslim.
Yeah.
I am so proud of them. The biggest proof of how Muslims are secure in India is, I'll never forget this. It's a random anecdote. It's not a trend line. But I remember, I forget which airport in America I was in.
You are saying an anecdote is proving your point. I need to just tell that.
No.
Right
That's
now.
why I said it doesn't prove a trend. I admitted it myself. But it's such a beautiful story. I was sitting there and there was an Indian Muslim and a Pakistani Muslim.
Yeah.
They were having a chat. And the Pakistani Muslim was non-stop. Oh, tumhare saath ye ho raha hai. Kudos to that Indian. Credit to him. He took it for 10 minutes. And then he just got so frustrated. He's like, bhai, tum apna dekho na. I am very happy in my country. And if Indian Muslims were so oppressed, right, there would be a line of them wanting to go to Pakistan. To the chosen land of Muhammad Ali Jinnah.
Yeah.
No, it is not.
So I would say, I would also think some of that is, I think theocracy is a bad idea. And Pakistan doesn't seem like it. It's just a theocracy, so it's not as strong of a country. The infrastructure is probably worse. The economy is worse, etc. And that could just be, not that I'm oppressed here, but a theocracy doesn't work.
Their economy was far better than India till the late 80s. They still didn't want to go there.
Oh, really?
Yeah. India started really outpacing Pakistan after the 90s when we opened up as an economy under Narasimha Rao and Manmohan Singh as the finance minister. And we've never looked back since then. But ever since 1947, Indian Muslims never wanted to go to Pakistan. Pakistan is a failed state. And the safety and security of Indian Muslims is in the pride that they take as Indians. Will there be odd cases of Indian Muslims saying ridiculous things? Yes. Again, that's an anecdote. It doesn't prove every Indian Muslim is like that. The same logic that I applied on the Hindu bigotry towards Muslim is the same logic that I apply to all these jackass Hindus who question the patriotism of the Indian Muslim. Both those lots can go fuck themselves. The Hindus who mistrust the Indian Muslim and these Indian leftists who mistrust the average Hindu. Both of them are full of shit.
So how do you feel about Hindutva in general?
Hindutva is Hindu-ness. Hindutva is basically me asserting my Hindu-ness. There should be no problem in that.
What does asserting mean? Because it seems like
standing up and giving a reply. That there is a different way of looking at the world. For example, we are in this room. There are 5 of us right now. And this is a beautiful explanation by an Indian American, Rajiv Malhotra. And he says, let's say we are 5 of us in this room. It's in his book, Being Different. And he says that if I'm raised in a Christianized, Abrahamic, Islamized society, I would say, we believe in tolerance. It's a famous word in the American parlance. We believe in tolerance. But think about it, if you peel the layers of tolerance, it is the most condescending thing you can say to anyone. Akaash, Andrew Schultz is tolerating you in the Fragrant podcast.
Yeah. Sometimes I think that's true. This fucking kid talking about. Yeah.
Do you see how condescending it is?
Yeah.
But our culture, what does our culture say? Ekam sat, vipra bahuda vadanti. That means the truth is one, but the wise reach it through many ways. Which is why even a disbeliever, a Nastik, a Nirishwarvadi like me is as Hindu as anybody who goes to a mandir and believes in a deity. We believe in mutual respect. I respect you for the way you are. You respect me for the way I am. That's Hindutva. Hindutva is based on the principle that a Hindu land will be run on some baseline non-negotiables. I'm sorry, there is no society that is a blank slate. Even America in 1950s had a change in the currency note. It said, in God we trust. With due respect, that God is not Krishna.
Yeah.
That God is not Muhammad.
Yeah.
That God is very clearly a Christian God. I got no problem with that.
I have a little bit of a problem with it.
That's okay. I think we should grant them that much.
Yeah, that's fine.
They think we're going to hell. I think hell is sexy. So it's okay.
Yeah, because they're not there.
Yeah.
It's trying to convert us.
Yeah, they're not there. And that we should live with that. Similarly, every society will have some civilizational non-negotiables.
Okay.
Mutual respect is one of them. I refuse to live in a society which is based on tolerance. I want mutual respect. When I'm on the table with Akaash Singh, I respect Akaash Singh for the way he is and his thoughts. I mean, other than his genocidal, if he has genocidal thoughts. But reciprocity. Our religion believes in reciprocity, which is why Jainism survived here. You think a pacifist religion would have survived in Arabia?
In the West, or even Middle East, yeah, I guess.
किधर होता था? यहाँ हो गया.
Yeah.
क्यों हुआ? Because we believe in reciprocity. See, people find it very offensive. Vegetarianism was not a mainstream Hindu idea. It was a mainstream Jain idea, which became a mainstream Hindu idea because we absorb things from everyone. And today Hinduism, has taken in not theologically in its entirety, but yes, Hindus are vegetarian thanks to Jainas. Thanks to Jainas. And Jains are a proof. And I always say, Anekantvad is a Jain philosophy, which is my founding principle. It is a 7-step method of looking at the nature of reality, where sometimes reality is complex. So Anekantvad says it is not. and sometimes it is, and maybe it is not. It's a very complex system. But at the end of this complexity, there is still one truth that we are all seeking. And this is the code that this society is built on, which is why so many people came to this society and they just became us. Which is why Bulle Shah, you are a Punjabi, I am a Punjabi. I can rat Bulle Shah or Muslims, Nazams like this, is because he...
I'm not Punjabi, for the record. I'm from Uttar Pradesh.
Oh, to Singh, acha, tu wo wala Singh hai.
Yeah.
Rajput, okay. So no, your wife is Punjabi. Then.
Yeah.
Your wife is Punjabi. So
Yeah.
she may know of Bulle Shah.
Okay.
So Bulle Shah is a Muslim Sufi sant.
Okay.
But I think he's one of me. His poetries, his nazams, they're all one of me. There would be no Bulle Shah in any Arabic world. He could have happened only in this land. Is because of what we now call Hindutva. Hindutva is the code, the civilizational code of India. The code based on mutual respect, reciprocity, and Krishna's non-violence, which is like no first strike. Je tu mainu marya to main chhadna nahi. Main maranga nahi. Like you do Pahalgam, we will do Operation Sindoor. But we will not go and do it ourselves. It's like that.
Okay.
And that's Hindutva to me and to the founders of Hindutva. Like, I love how people keep talking about it. When I say, किसी को पढ़ाया तुमने? या सावरकर को पढ़ा, या गोलवालकर के पहले, a beautiful book was written by Sachin Nanda that has been released by Penguin just a few weeks ago on the founder of RSS, Hedgewar. And he explains what Hedgewar's principle was. And he also explains Hedgewar's thought on Hindutva. Savarkar had a slightly different thought on Hindutva. I am saying we don't have to agree on everything Hedgewar says or Savarkar says or current RSS says or current BJP says or currently anyone says. But the point is, Hindutva is Hinduness. Hinduness will express itself. And to say a society has to secularize itself at such a level that you have no traces of that Indian society's identity is just fucking ridiculous. That's like saying our halls of parliament should not have Sanskrit shlokas. Kyun? That's my civilizational principle. You are robbing people of their essence.
Yeah.
You can't rob. You don't know how Hindu you are at times. Because, you know, the way, I mean, when I listen to you, I know you're a Hindu bachcha. Because तुझे भी नहीं मालूम होगा क्योंकि तेरे माँ बाप ने तुझे वो एक हिंदू तरीके से बड़ा किया है. And it's okay. Being different is fine.
Yeah. I don't know what to do at a mandar. I don't. My dad didn't want to teach me. My mom doesn't know, but she believes. So I've always wondered, how Hindu am I? I understand the basic things, dharma. I try to live my life dharam, karam, but I don't know.
See, your acharan, your behavior, the way you'll conduct yourself, you automatically know that kid is Hindu. You don't even, because you are a product of a lot of things you see around you growing up. You know, your uncles, your aunts, or when as a kid you would come to India and you would meet your Indian cousins and you like, "Pancho, they kaun hai?"
Yeah.
Initially, but then you get used to them and then they get used to you. So it's like that. Hindutva to me is Hinduness. And that and Hinduness can be expressed sometimes in the political realm, sometimes in the societal realm. As long as, see, people confuse the Hindu Rashtra with a Hindu Rajya. Now give me some time to explain the difference between the two. The Rashtra is a civilizational identity. The Rajya is the constitutional identity.
Okay.
I don't want Hinduism in the constitutional identity. There will be some spillover. Nobody can stop it. Just like I gave you the example of In God We Trust. Yeah. That's a spillover in the constitutional identity of the civil. The Rashtra did spill over in the Rajya of America also. In God We Trust. But overall, I want a secular system. I don't support a Hindu Rajya. But I definitely support a Hindu Rashtra. I want Hindus to be comfortable in this. I want this to be the natural homeland of every single Jain, Buddhist, Hindu, atheist, Sikh, anywhere in the world. It has to be the natural homeland.
There's one religion you left off that list. I must know.
No, two. Christian, Muslim.
Okay.
Yeah. I have no shame in saying it. It doesn't mean Indian Muslims and Indian Christians are not equal. But this has to be a land for these 5 denominations. Has to be.
Why?
Because where will they go if shit hit the roof? Tell me, where do those 50 lakh Pakistani Hindus go? Panchot, kaun lain wala hai unna nu? What about the 1 crore Bangladeshi Hindus or the Christians in Pakistan? Jinko malum hai, only jobs allowed to them in Punjab is the janitor's job. उनको चूड़ा बोलते हैं उधर, caste slur. हमारे पंजाबी में चूड़ा is a caste slur. उन्होंने चूड़ा बुलाते हैं. Where will they go? वो पैंचोद अमेरिका जाएंगे वो लोग. उन्होंने कोई जानता है ना अमेरिका विच? They will come here.
But can't they just come to a secular country or secular society? I
कितने
guess?
आएंगे यार? India has to be their natural homeland. उनका खाना पीना, उनका रहन सहन, उनकी भाषा, everything is ours.
That's what I'm saying. I think it would just, I don't know. I'm not right. I'm just pushing back on what I'm hearing. It seems like Hindu-ness would spill into society just because there's so many of us. And Hinduism, my understanding, is as much cultural as it is a religion.
Every idea is cultural as much as it's a religion. For example, it's not like Muslim nations don't have a spillover of Muslim culture in their identity. If I go to the Arab states, I will respect their reality. Yeah, we cannot go to an Arab state and say, badli karo sab kuch tumhara. Nahi, yaar, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Nahi hota aise.
Yeah.
I don't want to go to America and say, aaj se Christianity banned. What the fuck, man?
Yeah, but they're not
learn
saying
to
ban
respect.
Hinduism, to be fair.
Law, if they had a choice, they would.
I think, and this is what I probably have done with Hindutva is like, I see a couple idiots talk to me on Twitter and I don't know, and I just ascribe this Hindutva to these people.
But you're talking to me, and I am also a proponent of Hindutva, but I am an intellectual proponent of Hindutva. Like I said, forget the 80%. Those fuddus don't have any say in anything. They are like that mosquito that comes and bites you in India and you just do, and it goes away.
Okay. Yeah.
I treat social media trolls like that mosquito. You have to learn to treat them like that. The problem in India is because there are so many of them.
Yeah.
So when you say anything, like I know what you went through when you supported Ranveer and Kunal.
You know, it's
I
funny.
saw your mentions.
I didn't even look.
मैं देखा.
That's why I didn't see your tweet.
I was like, "Panchut, क्या मार रहे हैं इसकी?"
But it was like, I looked, it was like 1,000, whatever, 2,000 comments. And that's when I started reading a few, I was like, oh, this is the Hindutva thing. Because I see 2,000 comments, so I don't know. I'm a Westerner. To me, it seems now, again, you're the 20%. So you will decide what Hindutva is, I guess.
We will never see. I will be the first one to fight against the BJP if the BJP made Muslims second-class citizens in India. I will be the first person on the road opposing the BJP, actively telling people to vote against them.
Why do you like what about them do you like that makes you support them?
The first thing I like is they are far better on national security than the Congress.
We're seeing that now, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Terrorist attacks have reduced in India since the BJP has come to power. Listen, I, as a kid born and raised here, I know what it is to lose lives. I know what it takes, the toll it takes on a society, on an economy, on a family, on an individual. I lost, when we had the riots in the 90s, I was a kid in Bombay, now Mumbai. When we had 26/11.
Yeah.
I was literally planning to go to the Taj that day. And, it's just one of those things. So many of us didn't end up going. But to all those friends who lost their lives then, Canadians lost their life, 3 Canadians. Americans lost their life there.
Yeah, I was in India when that happened.
Yeah,
I was in New Delhi.
it's so fucked up. And
every time I come here, there's war. It seems it's me, I think.
and to say that the government of the day did not even respond to Pakistan at that time. That day, something in me broke. I was like, what the fuck? They came and they shot us.
They terrorized. Yeah, it was terrorism.
And we don't even respond. Like, ye kya fudu desh hai? And I was like, fuck, I'm never going to this party again. That just, like, that radicalized me. Listen, for me, I am literally libertarian on everything. Fucking burn the flag, I don't give a fuck. Say what you want to say, I don't give a fuck. I am a hardcore secularist and a person who believes in democracy. You have no democracy if you have no national security.
That's valid, yeah. That's a great, yeah.
So if somebody thinks Pakistan, the theocratic state of Pakistan, is not a threat to my democracy, and I don't have to defend myself against it, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Which is why I support the BJP. National security is the reason. Their response to national security issues is far better than the Congress. On everything else, both of them are full of shit. Both of them are full of shit. Look at free speech, full of shit. Economic policy, full of shit. Both of them are socialists.
So this is the lesser of two evils.
Yes,
BJP.
मैं तो बोल रहा हूँ ना यार, मैं तो बोल रहा हूँ.
Yeah.
मैं तो खुल के बोलता हूँ. मेरा कौन सा है जो मेरे को पैसे देती है बीजेपी उनका प्रचार करने के लिए. I don't get fucking paid by them or anyway.
Yeah.
But the point is, because I love democracy and secularism so much, for me, see, we are not America. A, we are not the richest and the most powerful in the world. And B, our neighbor is not Canada. Let's get real.
Yeah.
The only thing you get is some Mexicans illegally and Canadians who are boring as fuck. Our neighbor is China, Pakistan, Bangladesh. For fuck's sake, let's get real.
Yeah.
So our response and our alertness is going to be like Israel. Because Hamas's charter says we have to kill them. Pakistan says the Hindu and Muslim are two separate people. I didn't say it. They fucking said it. It's like I always tell people, and all this bugga about Aman ki Asha. So how do you have Aman ki Asha with these people? You
Aman
can't.
ki Asha means?
Oh, the longing for peace. You can't have peace with someone who wants you in pieces.
Okay, yeah.
This is no, I met that individual Pakistani in America who fed me good food in his restaurant. Gaand mein dal le yaar tu uska khana.
But you're also not saying, so I think if we put it on Israel, what they're doing to Palestine, a lot of people
I don't
think
support
is,
the excessive action
so
either.
you're saying if there is an attack,
हम
we
छोड़ेंगे
will,
नहीं.
Yeah, okay.
I don't want Pakistan to be a part of India. माफ करो. Too many bigots entering my country. I don't want it.
Okay.
तुम रहो, तुम 4 देश बनो, 5 देश बनो, मेरे को कोई इंटरेस्ट नहीं है.
Okay.
I don't want Pakistanis to be part of India other than the Pakistani non-Muslims. Because that is our moral responsibility as the biggest country in this region. We have to take those people in. The Pakistani Christian, the Pakistani atheist, whom many I have helped escape Pakistan. Yes, I paid money to get them out of there. There was a story where I donated a Pakistani ex-Muslim friend of mine who lives in Australia. Shout out to Haris Sultan, my brother. There was a story of this guy Spartacus whose own mother ratted him out as an atheist.
Wow.
He got raped and they wrote Toba Toba using cigarette butts on his hand.
Jesus Christ.
And then all of us, rallied as atheists and donated money and he got out. Shukar hai. So yes, these things matter to me. If there is a Pakistani Hindu, jisko Mia Mithu, a jackass in Sindh, is converting and, robbing their girls and taking them away, yes, I will stand up for them. And I believe shame on the government of India for not letting all Pakistani Hindus in. This is my criticism of the BJP. Why are the Pakistani Christians not given a free check? How either? Why are we not doing it? It's our moral responsibility. Partition ho gayi, abhi tumhari problem chuti ho kya? No, this is their house. Let them come here. Pakistani Muslims wanted a different country. Tum raho udhar beta. Tum wahan raho. Same with Bangladesh. There are Christians in Bangladesh that are being oppressed right now by the Yunus regime. There are Hindus in Bangladesh that are being oppressed right now. India has to get them in. कहाँ जाओगे यार? कहाँ जाएंगे वो लोग? अफगानिस्तान के जो सिख थे, वो पैंचो अमेरिका जाएंगे? वो इंडिया आएंगे और कहाँ आएंगे? उनका घर है ये. ये उनका घर है. I'm sorry, मेरे को कोई शर्म नहीं आती है ये बोलने में. क्योंकि I am not devoid of my civilizational identity. Sikhs anywhere in the world, this is their land, other than Khalistanis. Anywhere in the world. If you are not a Khalistani, this is your land.
Yeah.
And not just Punjab. Maharashtra is your land. Kashmir is your land. Tamil Nadu is your land. Anywhere you go. India has to take moral responsibility for this. And this doesn't make me a bigot. And this doesn't make me anti-Indian Muslim. I would fight for an Indian Muslim in any corner of the world. I would. But no, I will not fight for a Pakistani Muslim. You got what you want in 1947. Best of luck. If I meet them in the West, I'll be nice to them. I will have a meal with them. I will chat with them. But I will not cede an inch. And I'm very clear. It's their problem, not my problem. And if their country was so awesome, they don't even have the guts to call their restaurants Pakistani. मैं मुंह पे बोल रहा हूँ ये झूठ बोल रहा हूँ तू उधर पला पड़ा है
I know one Pakistani restaurant in New York.
या मगर ज्यादातर क्या है इंडियन बोलते हैं क्यों why call it Pakistani ना
brand recognition I guess
तो मगर why is brand India better than brand Pakistan must be doing something right and there is no see all ideas are not equal
okay
the idea of India is superior to the idea of Pakistan all ideas are not equal
how so I'm not saying you're wrong I'm asking
women have better rights in India minorities have better rights in India
okay
India has a bigger heart, a larger heart. India takes care of its citizens far better. When Russia and Ukraine happened, you should see how the Indian government moved pillar to post to get our kids out of Ukraine. These things matter.
Yeah.
These are small things. The way India treats its citizens, it's not at par with maybe the Western world. But God damn it, I would die for Indian democracy. We are still a system. I know there is chaos, there is problem. But amidst all of this, the state still lets a Kushal Mehra be. The state still lets a Kunal Kamra be. If everything was haywire, a Kushal Mehra and a Kunal Kamra will not be.
Yeah.
The reason some of us fight, we are all on the different side of the spectrum. The reason we fight is because this land is worth fighting for. This idea is worth fighting for. अदरवाइज आई वुड बी बेंचो मेरे को क्या मेरी तो बीवी कैनेडियन है 17 साल पहले शादी हुई थी कब की इमिग्रेशन कर चुका होता था मैं आज भी इंडियन पासपोर्ट लेके बैठा हूँ क्यों बिकॉज आई बिलीव इन दिस कंट्री एंड इट इज वर्थ फाइटिंग फॉर एंड आई विल नेवर गिव अप आई विल नेवर यू विल हैव टू किल मी फॉर मी टू गो अवे फ्रॉम दिस प्रॉब्लम आई विल गो ऑन टॉकिंग एंड वेर एवर आई फील माई सोसाइटी इज फ्लॉड आई विल नॉट होल्ड माई पंचेस बैक आई विल क्रिटिसाइज इट वेयर बट दिस कंट्री इज वर्थ फाइटिंग फॉर I will never give up.
Yeah. Sorry, I want to ask you a question. That was beautiful. I wish that was the end of the podcast, but I have other questions. I have a lot of friends in the West. It's funny, people think my wife is Khalistani. She's not. But I have friends in the West who are Sikh, who are Khalistani. And I tend to look at it like that is a position of privilege to have. But tell me why you have a problem with, and again, I probably will agree with you, but tell me what your issues are with Khalistanis. The only thing is people call them terrorists, and I don't understand how you're a terrorist for a belief if there's not actions. Maybe there's actions. I don't know.
Well, don't you remember the Air India bombing in Canada? Before 9/11, the biggest terrorist attack in the history of North America was the Air India bombing.
What else? And I'm not being, but to me, one action 20, 30, 40 years ago now.
Yeah, but then what? See, I will never defend what happened in the 84 riots. It is an abomination of Indian society. And even bigger abomination is that the innocent victims have still not gotten justice completely. Okhota Sajjan Kumar, he is in jail, but many others should be in jail. They're not in jail.
Yeah, my friends who are Singhs, Rajput Singhs, who were born after, I'm May 84, friends who were born after that, including cousins, their parents didn't name them Singh because they thought if we go back to India, they're going to get killed for having the last name Singh. People will think they're Punjabi.
No, वो तो Hindu name भी होता है उसमें क्या?
I know, but they were so worried about what was happening.
The origin of the word comes from Sinha, the Sanskrit word.
Yeah, I mean, we were the first Singhs. I know this, but they were so worried about what was happening in 1984 to 6 that they were saying, well, let's just change. Let's just give them whatever.
For me, the Khalistan movement is a Pakistani idea. It's all funded by Pakistanis. It's a very well. I would recommend 2 books: Blood for Blood by Terry Milevsky, a veteran Canadian journalist, and the Khalistan. क्या नाम था उसका? Khalistan Conspiracy. ओ यार वो GBS सिद्धू की बुक का नाम क्या था यार? Khalistan Conspiracy था यार शायद. I think the GBS Sidhu is a former agent of RNAW. He wrote that book, and Terry Milevsky is a veteran Canadian journalist. I think these 2 books are the most authoritative texts on what Khalistan is. I am a very vocal proponent of the Khalistan movement. They love me in North America, the Khalistanis. I am their first love. Every single comment के नीचे आ जाते हैं मेरे प्यार करने मेरे को.
For a second, I thought he was being serious. Okay.
नहीं. I am. Look, whatever happened was not good. Indira Gandhi used Jarnail Singh Bhindranwale for her own political benefits. Then it got out of hand. Then what?
What do you mean? I don't know. So,
Jarnail Singh Pindrawale was a Sikh
Yeah.
preacher. He was just a random guy who doing his thing there. But then to defeat the Akalis at that time politically, Indira Gandhi started propping up Jarnail Singh Pindrawale, and then things got out of hand. And I'm obviously giving you a 2 to 3 minute summary of something that is like a 5-hour thing. And then, he goes into the Golden Temple, Darbar Sahib.
Yeah.
And then the Indian Armed Forces go in there. I think the problem is that Indira Gandhi created him, and then things got out of hand. Then obviously Indira Gandhi got assassinated by her guards. And then then the brutal massacre of the Sikh community in the riots of 84. And then after that, you had the Khalistan movement, and it's been adequately...
My wife also often laments when it happened, the Darbar Sahib attack. It was on a Gurpurab or whatever they call the birthday of a guru. So there was a lot of non-Khalistani types there.
I will never defend the attack on the Darbar Sahib. That's my personal view. But then Khalistanis are no angels. There were women who were raped by Khalistanis. How do you think Khalistan got defeated? It's because the people of Punjab got fed up of them. Punjabis defeated them. Listen,
Yeah, I don't see a lot of Indian Sikhs that are Khalistani.
नहीं वो पागल हो गए हैं उधर सच्ची बोल रहा हूँ तुझे
It's a Western kind of...
वो जने पागल हो गए
privileged
हैं वो सारे
position, I
पागल हो
think.
गए नहीं
Yeah,
वो
yeah.
सारे पागल हो गए हैं वो क्या होता है मालूम है a giant chunk of them ना they left India in 1980s they are there stuck in a time zone
Yeah.
India has moved on oh yaar you live in Bombay you see so many Sardars here you see Khalistan the best thing was my friend came to India from Canada Gora I took him around everywhere I was like चल तेरे को पंजाब लेके जाता हूँ ढूंढ खालिस्तान इधर he's like what the fuck there's no Khalistan here I was like what the fuck were you expecting bro
Yeah.
they are like I find it so offensive that when they say these are Sikh gurus no they are Indian gurus the 10 gurus are Indian gurus they are my gurus as much as they are of a Sikh first of all Mahavir is not just a Jain sant he's an Indian sant Bulle Shah is not a Sufi Muslim he's an Indian Indian great Ram is not just a Hindu deity he's an Indian deity of every Indian so I will fight for Guru Gobind Singh as much as I'll fight for Ram, Mahavir, Buddha, Bulle Shah, first of all. And I'm a fucking atheist. But that's how Indian culture is. So to the Khalistanis, they are crazy people. Their whole movement is built on hatred. And hatred never survives. Punjabis are one. We will always be one. Listen, when things went south in Punjab, my immediate family was shot at by Khalistanis, kidnapped by Khalistanis. These things happened in almost every family, Hindu or Sikh. The Khalistanis spared no one.
When was this?
In the 80s, late 80s.
After 1984. Okay.
So, whatever is happening in parts of Fresno, Bakersfield, Mississauga, Ontario, or Surrey, British Columbia. I don't know what, I'll not take his name because the Khalistanis are lunatics and they'll start heckling a Sikh if I take their name. He went to Canada. He's got family in Canada too. He comes back. All he does is writes on his Facebook page, I love my country, India. That's all he does. He's a normal Indian Sikh. He starts getting threatening calls from Canada. ਉਹ ਭਾਜੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਐਦਾਂ ਕਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਬੋਲਦੇ ਪਏ ਹੋ ਭਾਰਤ ਨੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਇਹ ਕੀਤਾ ਹੀ ਉਹ ਕੀਤਾ ਹੀ and he calls me in Canada like ਭੈਣ ਚ ਪਾਗਲ ਲੋਕ ਹੈ ਯਾਰ imagine a Sikh who goes to a Gurdwara daily does not go to a Gurdwara in Canada does not he's like पता नहीं क्या पागल लोग हैं उधर
Yeah. My friend Sardar here was telling me so this is why I was asking he said Khalistanis are responsible for the drug problem in Punjab.
Yeah.
Can you explain that?
So हुआ क्या है ना यार जब वहाँ गए ना ये देख फेंटनल और ये सब यार इट्स नॉट अ कोइंसिडेंस अभी जो भी FBI की ड्रग बस्ट होती है इट्स वेरी एम्बैरेसिंग फॉर अस एज अ कम्युनिटी यार एक कोई नाम आता है आर वी मेकिंग इट अप नो दीज आर फैक्ट्स राइट जब भी ड्रग बस्ट होती है साला नीचे नाम वही होता है तो ये प्रॉब्लम है सी बिकॉज आवर कम्युनिटी बिकेम पार्ट ऑफ द लॉजिस्टिक्स इंडस्ट्री अभी drugs को move करना है तो logistics तो चाहिए.
Yeah.
So the Khalistanis are using them. And you know what? Who the biggest victims of the Khalistan movement in North America is? The Sikh community. पहचान के मारते हैं यार. So many Sikh members of the diaspora, they tell me off the record, like यार ਭਾਜੀ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਕੀ ਬੋਲੀਏ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਤੇ ਬੋਲ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਹੋ, ਅਸੀਂ ਬੋਲੀਏ ਤੇ ਘਰ ਆ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਨੇ. And they start boycotting the business. Then they start, you know, I have had cases of people just being bullied, boycotted socially. They try to take over the Gurdwara. And then, you know, there is one Gurdwara, non-Khalistani Gurdwara in all of Canada. That is the Ross Gurdwara in Vancouver. And just a few days ago, they wrote Khalistan Zindabad outside and graffitied. मंदिरों पे तो आए दिन होते रहता है, तेरे को पता होगा. नॉर्थ अमेरिका में, पूरे कनाडा और अमेरिका में मंदिरों के बाद किल मोदी, खालिस्तान जिंदाबाद, हिंदुस्तान मुर्दाबाद ग्राफिटी होती रहती है. दे हैव स्पेशल लव फॉर द बैप्स मंदिर, यू नो, ऑल बैप्स एवरीवेयर, वेदर इट्स in Toronto or other parts. They just keep writing this, and they don't understand what they are doing through their behavior over there. Is yaar the average white guy, they don't understand pacho Khalistan kya, India kya. They're like ye sare Indian hai. And the hatred is getting transferred to us, average innocent Sikh or other members of our community. You suffer, I suffer. मैं भी तो उधर 6 महीने रहता हूँ. We suffer cumulatively as an industry, as a community, sorry. And these fuckers are not getting it. And this drug trade is a giant problem. Fentanyl is sourced in China, purchased by the Mexican cartels, transferred by the Khalistanis. And my goodness, they're political, not so much in America, but in Canada, oy hoy 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 hoy. जो इनकी influence है. And हर पार्टी में, liberal बोलो, conservative बोलो, हर जगह घुसे हुए हैं. And मैं बात कर दूँ तो as if you are anti-Sikh. मैं बोला, ओए मैं सिखा था नाम नहीं लेता. मैं तो खालिस्तान की गल करता पे वहाँ. So it's just crazy and they come after you. तूने मेरे को ये question पूछा, now they'll come after you. ऐसी पागल हैं ये लोग, ये पागल हो चुके हैं. And if we as a community don't push back now, we as a community will suffer. Because again, I keep reminding everyone, ऐसे को गोरे नु कुछ नहीं समझ पाना. उसको नहीं समझ पड़ेगा. उसको लगेगा तुम सब चूती हो और तुम सब पे ले जाओगे. So you stand up right now. Look, you want to burn the Indian flag? Thumbs up. Free speech, bro.
Yeah.
You want to say, fuck India? Free speech, bro. But you don't threaten violence against Indian ambassadors. You don't say, we will kill this person, we will kill that person. No, that's not on.
That's not free speech.
That's not free speech.
Right.
And, you know, there are ample cases, videos are available of Khalistanis saying absolute nonsense outside India. And at the same time, don't expect India to play nice to you. You have no business coming in India. Then the same people who are like, भारत ने साडा वीजा कैंसिल करते हो तो ਤੁਹਾਡੀ आरती उतारे भारत. जो एक तो तुम बोलते हो भारत को टुकड़े करने हैं, फिर तुम बोलते हो भारत आने देना, टुकड़े करने हैं तेरे. ऐसे थोड़ी ना होता है यार. India will act. I'm sorry. Immigration is a privilege. If it's immigration to America or immigration to India. If you are a national security threat to India in the eyes of the Indian state apparatus, you can whine and cry in America and Canada. You're not welcome in India. Your Twitter account will be withheld in India. You cannot radicalize our youth in India. You yell, scream, whatever you want to do in your country. Sar maar le diwar pe jaake udhar. We're not going to tolerate it here. And if you don't like it, well, too bad. So the Khalistan movement, if our communities don't wake up to this menace that's happening, and yes, drugs is a major funder of that movement right now. See, it's no longer an ideological movement. It's a tanda. It's a business. It's just, अरे यार, who doesn't like easy money? यार, I know of a case, मैं मजाक भी नहीं कर रहा हूँ. वो मुंडे नु अमेरिका जाना सी. So he came to Canada. He just was added in this religious jatha, and they just took him across the border illegally. You look at the Instagram videos in Punjabi, yaar. They will just show you, you know, they are just crossing the border like this. Until Trump came down and cracked the whip on all of this. I used to take videos and send it to authorities in America and Canada. They don't do anything. Both sides, we had a left-wing government. apparently they think, these things don't matter. ऐसे नहीं होता ना. And then an idiot like Trump comes and he doubles down.
Yeah.
But it's on whom?
Yeah. Yeah. Trump was created.
Trump was created because these fuckers, they believe in stupid things. Yaar, how is this? Tell me, if let's say for Canada, right? If the housing capacity of Canada is 240,000 to 246,000 houses per year, and you're letting it 500,000, what do you think is going to happen? This is math. This is not bigotry. Even I say stop immigration from India in Canada. And I'm fucking Indian, recording this, sitting in India.
Yeah.
Enough is enough, man. Like, why? Like, what? Because Canadians are nice and decent, you exploit that system, motherfuckers?
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. And who gets a bad name in the process?
I think Canadians.
But we get a bad name, right? See, they're very silent right now, Canadians, because they're decent. Eventually, this bubble will burst.
Yeah.
They will have enough of it. Like, yaar, har cheez mehengi ho gayi hai. And the policies were pushed by a certain group of politicians who, if not directly Khalistani, are Khalistan adjacent. And my test with a Khalistani, I always say all Indian origin politicians, right? Whether it's Ro Khanna, Shri Thanedar, anyone, or in the Indian side, on the Canadian side, I say, I will assume you're a Khalistani until you don't criticize it openly. Either say you are opposed to this, or to me, you are either Khalistan or Khalistan adjacent. They find it very offensive. So I'll meet Canadian MPs off the record. No, man, I'm opposed to it. I'm like, you're a pussy. If you can't even write a tweet about it, you are useless. So that's all it is for me.
Yeah.
Or you show it in action, like Akaash Patel does.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Am I a fan of Akash Patel? No. But he's giving results. That's all I care about. And for me, if tomorrow a Hindu is doing drug peddling, right? I would say, fuck that motherfucker too.
Yeah.
I don't have excuses for Hindu, Sikh, Muslim. I say, you're doing drugs, fuck you. That's my problem. And what about the innocent community of the Sikh members, whether in India or outside India? इन बेवकूफों की वजह से उनका नाम खराब हो रहा है, उसका क्या? वो कुछ नहीं. And I will never stand up for any kind of anti-Sikh bigotry. You will not see me doing that. I'm Punjabi, they're part of me. I grew up with them. How the fuck can I be? One of my closest friends is a Sikh. All the time, he's more anti-Khalistan than fucking I am. In fact, I have to tell him at times, thand rakh pancho kinna karda. Chhadna nahi hai saaliyan nu. It's like, he gets very angry.
Yeah.
Because it hurts him. Because it affects the legacy of our gurus. And it's very personal. And people will not understand this. For us, it's personal. And it's Punjabis against Khalistanis. It's not Hindu versus Sikh.
You're against Khalistan as a Punjabi.
Yeah. Actually, they destroyed Punjab. Punjab used to be the top 10 richest state of India. Look where it has come down to. It's number 19 and going down. Nobody wants to invest in Punjab anymore, yaar. Why? Because what happened from 84 to 93 basically just took the industry away from Punjab and it never came back. When will Punjabis realize this? कुछ है ही नहीं उधर है क्या I want you to go to Punjab and see every fifth hoarding is leave Punjab, immigrate, Australia, UK, USA. That's how they say, right? Yeah. They don't say USA, they say USA.
Okay.
So do you think that society has any hope if every fifth hoarding is leave? You don't see that in Mumbai.
No.
It's an aspirational city. Everybody comes here. We want to work. We want to do shit. You don't see leave Maharashtra hoardings in Maharashtra.
Yeah.
You don't see that in Tamil Nadu. You see that in Punjab. It just became a disease, like a social contagion. Bahar niklo yahan se. Because that state failed. The politicians, every single member of every single party in Punjab failed Punjab. Everyone, and that includes the BJP. Everyone failed Punjab. And the solution is getting out of this pathetic victimhood mentality that Punjabis have developed. Victimhood is the most negative state you can be in.
I agree with that.
You get over it. Yeah, Panchod, Punjabi was like, Sade naal dhokha kita. Oh, yaar, India is yours. India is yours, yaar. Go wherever you want in India. Like, you will notice a palpable difference in a Punjabi outside Punjab and a Punjabi in Punjab. You know that. A Punjabi who is outside Punjab will be aspirational, successful, irrespective of which caste or religious group they belong to. I to always say thank you to my dadu who migrated out of Punjab. मैं तो बच गया. मैं तो बच गया. मैं को नहीं रहना उधर. It's such a parasitic culture now. Like, I was there a few weeks ago, and I must have traveled like 1,500 kilometers on road. Multiple interviews. I was researching the state of affairs in Punjab. And, by the end of it, I just, I remember calling my wife and telling her, thank goodness Dadu left Punjab. I was like, yaar, 80 साल पहले निकल गए, बच गया मैं तो. मेरे dad भी इधर ही, my dad was born in Mumbai. I was born in Mumbai. Very proud Mumbaikar. That society has deep problems, and Khalistan is one of the reasons for that. The drugs in Punjab is an issue. And yes, these are all businesses that Khalistanis are in. And Pakistan funds them. Because see, for Pakistan, it's a win-win, right? Because they get to create fissures in India. So from their perspective, they are creating fissures in India. But how I wish the Khalistanis understood it better. Khalistanis, I always say, they are just Islamists. It's just that they have a different turban. That's what it is. They're not Sikh. The Sikh is the current Air Chief Marshal of India. Who did?
Do you think a lot of Hindutva supporters, not the 20%, but a lot of the 80%, are Islamists and Khalistanis in their ideology?
Some, yes. Some, yes.
Okay, that's fair.
And we should shame them, name them, mock them. But they are not like that because of Hindutva. They are like that because they are tribal fuckheads.
Yeah.
If they were Hindutvavadis and read a bit of literature, they would be like me. That's the difference.
Yeah.
Most people don't read, and they just use their tribalism as an excuse to justify their bullshit. It's the other way around.
Yeah.
For me, if you insult the gurus, all bets are off. Fuck you then. They are my gurus. I'll support your right to criticize them. But motherfucker, you're not my friend after that. Those are my gurus. The Sikh gurus are my gurus. How dare you? Is my attitude. This is what they don't get. For me, there is no Hindutva without Sikhi. Sikhi is a part of Hindutva, a unique, equally important part of Hindutva. If there is no Sikhism, how can India be complete? India is incomplete without Sikhism. India is incomplete without Jainism, without Buddhism, without Bulle Shah. We are incomplete.
You always leave Islam off that list.
Bulle Shah? I have no love for Sunni Islam.
Okay.
I don't hide it.
Okay.
Sufi Islam?
Okay.
Welcome. Indianized Christianity? Welcome. I don't hide my emotions because I know I don't take it out on the individual. I am very hawkish to ideas. Bulle Shah is a Muslim, right? How many times have I dropped his name?
I didn't even know who he was, so
He's one of the greatest poets of Punjab.
Okay.
One of the greatest poets of Punjab, like the most profound.
There's a lot of things you say in this podcast that I'm like really catching up to. So just
like for me, I grew up, my father forced me to read Bulle Shah. My father is a Hindu, right?
Yeah.
Forced me to read a Muslim. Like his famous line is, "Main eho hi janiya ki main kuch nahi janiya." The only thing I know is that I don't know. That is such an epistemically humble line. It was written by a Muslim, Punjabi, Hinduized guy, Bulle Shah. By the way, the Muslim orthodoxy hated him. Another famous line of Bulle Shah is, "Tenu kafir aakh de tu aho aakh." As in, they'll keep on calling you a kafir, and you say, "Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Yes, I am." That was Bulle Shah. They call me kafir. I say, "Yes, thank you very much. I am a kafir." He's a Muslim. I don't mind that Muslim. That's an Indian Muslim. So it depends. So I'm not hostile to Muslims. Anybody who reads my work or analyzes me or my personality will come across the table and say he's just hawkish to hardline Islamism. But if you're a reasonable person, I am hawkish to hardline Hinduism also.
Yeah, I think you're hawkish toward hardlinism.
Yeah. I don't give a fuck. Like anybody is a casteist. I am most known for being a casteist hater.
Yeah.
More than an Islamist hater.
Yeah.
If my Indian profile would be studied, my content analysis would be done. The highest amount of videos that I would have done is where I'm criticizing Islamism. No. Casteism. That's my pet peeve. If somebody does a casteist thing, I am going after them. Like anything. So which is why the Indian left finds me so confusing. They can't pin me as a bigot.
Yeah.
So many leftists secretly listen to my podcast but never share it, like the assholes that they are.
Yeah.
So many of them tell me, "Oh, I loved this episode of yours," and I'll be like, "Sale, share kar le."
Yeah.
Bolte, "Pagla, my boss will abuse me for listening to you."
Yeah. That's a sad thing.
That's what happens. So I would consider myself to be the normal Indianized liberal who has adopted his Hindu values and Western liberal values and has created that unique mixture of both. And I think we need more of that so that I don't come off as a unique person. And I'm sure there are many more like me. I refuse to believe there aren't. But that's my wish for India. That we have many more like me who are comfortable with this. No extremism.
And then we can have more somebody in us.
Oh, yeah, he's brilliant. I'm sure he'll be back. I wish that kid nothing but happiness.
Yeah.
I believe he should double down. Pancho, chhod mat salo, gaan maar de in sabki.
Yeah, I would love to see that too.
Yeah, and he should. I wish that kid. And you know what? BJP ka mazak uda, Congress ka mazak uda, sabka mazak uda. But ek tareek, I don't know. How do I say this? Like when I sit down with these kids, right? Like personally, I always try to tell them कि एक वो तरीका होता है मजाक उड़ाने का जो हमारे कल्चर का है. Learn that. मैं नहीं करता.
Yeah.
मुझे क्यों नहीं डालते? I say sometimes way more harsh things.
Yeah.
But it's how you say it. And you know what? At the end of the day, I think most of the people who know me, right? They know he's not biased to one group or the other.
Right.
He doesn't have preferences.
Yeah.
He just sees things and he just says things. So then the problem is when you become a partisan asshole, which is why I felt really hurt in the Samay case. Because I know he's non-partisan. He's non-partisan. Which is why I was personally very hurt with the Samay case.
Yeah.
I was like, यार एक तो मारा जोक रणवीर ने,
Yeah.
वो भी 2000 के Reddit का जोक,
Yeah.
और पहला समय रायना गया.
Yeah.
I mean, for fuck's sake, what यार?
Why do you think they took him down?
Oh यार, I mean
It seems like it's BJP.
It just became a thing of its own. The BJP would not have gone after him. But what happened is the first day it happened, it's like a few Congress handles pounced on it and the BJP had to respond. They can't be seen as less conservative than the Congress. And in competitive conservatism of India, like look at the irony. I praised Priyanka Chaturvedi, right? The MP. Priyanka was criticizing the BJP on the Samay Raina case for not going hard on Samay Raina. And she was standing up for Kunal Kamra. Do you think she was taking a principled stand? I can guarantee you, personally, Priyanka Chaturvedi would support both of them. But she wanted action on Ranveer and Samay, but no action on Kunal.
Yeah.
Because those are her political compulsions. I can guarantee you Priyanka Chaturvedi in real life will not be like that.
But it seems like they're still coming after him. Kunal, I mean, somebody has to go to court again for this joke.
In India, the process is the punishment. We go back to the first minute of our discussion. The law is an ass. So if people like Samay and many of these kids who want to be in this industry, my request to all of them would be fight against these laws in India. Can we fight against these laws in India? If there are no laws, Samay is not going to court. Ranveer is not running from pillar to post. Kunal is not hiding in Pondicherry or somewhere in Tamil Nadu. The problem is the law. It's not like these kids suffered. Nobody remembers what they did to a very popular YouTuber, Ajit Bharti, in India. They don't remember what Abhijit Mujumdar, a veteran journalist, had to go through when the Tamil Nadu government sent cops from Chennai to Delhi to arrest him. And poor guy had to fight a case then. Why? Because he wrote an essay criticizing their cherished leader. I can give you many such cases cutting across the country where Aam Aadmi Party from Punjab sends police to arrest Tajinder Bagga in Delhi because they are politically opposite. Bagga is a BJP guy and Aam Aadmi Party is another party. It's just this, because these guys have the laws on the book. And the tragedy is in India, other than me, I feel so lost at times that other than me, nobody talks about the law. The irony was Kunal Kamra showing that stupid constitution as an image, and my mind going, "Abey chutiye, usko pad le, uske andar hi problem hai." It was so, and that to me epitomized the low IQ of the Indian movement, because they think the constitution is something sacred.
When it's flawed inherently.
It is flawed as fuck. It is flawed. What is a constitution? It's a fucking book written by human beings.
Yeah.
मैं जो उसको ऐसा बना दिया जैसे हाय 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 हाय, पागल हो क्या? चूतिया वो लॉ है, उसके अंदर लिखा हुआ है जो तेरे को जेल में डाल रहा है, बड़ा ऐसे हैं करके दिखा रहा है। अरे मतलब क्या बोलने का यार, ऐसे बेवकूफ लोग हैं यार इस देश में, ये सब ऐसे ही हैं। इसके लिए तो मुझे गुस्सा आता है फिर देन पीपल से, अरे कुशल तुम गाली देते हो, तो क्या करूं मैं, इनकी आरती उतारूं क्या इन लोगों की? I don't know what to do. That's the problem. And I wish these kids got out of their tribalism and they became a little more mature. Like George Carlin was a serious thinker, yaar. He would read, write, ponder, philosophize. Like, you know that line where he says, America is the land of the free and the home of the brave, but we own slaves. You know how profound that line was? That's a profound man.
Yeah.
Who was mocking his own history and society.
Yeah.
You need profundity to say or think of those things.
Yeah. But it seems like profundity comes at a cost here.
So what?
Well, it's just, like I said, you seem to be willing to pay the cost, and I don't think you give enough compassion to the fact that most people are not like you. Myself included.
यार देखो, मैं तो बरखा दत्त के शो पे गया था, बरखा ने बोला कि ये लोग ऐसे करेंगे वैसे करेंगे, मैंने बोला what more can they do than killing me? उससे ज़्यादा तो नहीं करेंगे ना. I am in self jihad mode. जा भुसड़ी के जो करना है कर ले, मैं नहीं डर सकता.
But again, that you're not understanding. That's rare.
Maybe मेरा मेरा short circuit हो चुका है
Yeah,
अंदर.
बिल्कुल. So because you have that, most people don't. There's something wrong with you. You're fucked.
Clearly.
Yeah, you're fucked. You're fucked. I don't understand. You're crazy, which is in a beautiful way. But most people, that's your superpower. Most people don't have that superpower. Superman can't judge people who are walking when he's flying.
Yeah, but we need more of us, right?
Yeah, we do.
If we talk about this, यार, you want to kill the entire stand-up industry because people will get bored, यार.
Yeah.
वही सड़े हुए रिक्शा, मेरी मम्मी ने ये बोला, मेरे पापा ने ये बोला, अबे चूतिया तेरे माँ और बाप के कितने जोक बनाएगा कांडू?
That's why I love Saman. I love even Kunal and like these things that it has teeth. And I watch a lot of Indian stand-up and it doesn't have teeth, but I understand why. Because the cost is not worth it. And I'm so privileged to have grown up in a place where speech, the ability to say wild shit, is fundamental to democracy and freedom to us, that I could not be the comic I am here. No question.
Oye, you are so fucked.
Yeah.
I have seen your work because I love your work and I follow it regularly. Oh fuck, pancho, तू तो चौथे जोक पे जेल में होता.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And I wouldn't be willing to pay the cost that you're willing to pay. So I would say, you know what? I love stand-up. It is religious for me. I'm Hindu, but stand-up is something that was given to me by God.
Yeah.
But I still wouldn't be willing to pay that price. So I would take the teeth out of everything and I would try to make it work.
But you know what? So my request to especially Indian origin comics like you, Nimesh, many others who are there, is that you have that privilege of the American First Amendment. गांड मारो इधर की.
That's why I'm here. I swear to God, that's why I'm here.
एक एक को नाम ले लेके पेलो, वो बहचो मोदी हो, राहुल गांधी हो, जो हो, इन सबको पेलो और हम बताएंगे तुमको कैसे पेलना इनकी.
I love that.
ये और क्या करें, हमारे पास और कोई चारा ही नहीं है, वहां से पेले जाएंगे तो सुधरेंगे लोग.
Yeah, but this is what I was saying to you off pod. What bothers me in America, so many South Asian entertainers are so socially conscious. Especially stand-ups. This thing happened to a stand-up in India. I promise you heard about it. They don't say a fucking word. And that's why I felt compelled. You asked me why I'm starting my own podcast. This was the thing. I was thinking about it for a while, and then this happened, and I said, I have to go. I can't fix it, but I have to go, and I'll do whatever I can get away with.
No, I'm grateful. And I'm so proud of the fact that you felt at least you wanted to talk about it. Because, it's so frustrating over here. If you are a free thinker like me, I often said it. Mavericks think. When they think, sometimes they make mistakes. What are you going to do? I'm going to make mistakes.
Yeah.
Let me experiment. I will self-correct. The best correction for a comic is the crowd goes, kya chuti hai kya?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's it. That's my cancellation.
Yeah.
You didn't laugh. That's a horrible feeling, I promise.
Yeah, and
that's enough.
They don't get it. Like, seriously. And you know what? When I think it's an interrelation between the Indian audience and the Indian comic. I feel the audience is also chutiya, the comics is also chutiya.
Yeah.
When the comic will dare to make some intelligent jokes, then the audience will go back, I never looked at it like that. You know, small things like that.
Yeah.
Like talking about self-censorship, मैं तुझे नाम off the record बताऊंगा. One of my closest friends. I respect him so much, a comic. Once we were talking about this triple talaq law in India. You know, Muslim women have, now it is illegal, the instant triple talaq. Where, you know, otherwise Muslim man can just do a video call, talaq, 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 and it's done. Yeah, it was a thing in
What
India.
does talaq mean?
Divorce.
Oh, okay.
Divorce. Like 3 times you say talaq and you're done.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a thing. Now it's banned in India. So one day we were just having dinner or lunch, I don't remember. And I told him that this law exists. You know, the comedian's mind is so hilarious. He says, what a fucking Skype call. I was like, why? I was like, the call ends and they send a rating. So who would give what rating? I was like, fuck, only a comic could think of it like that.
Yeah.
He's like, woman, 1 star, man, 5 star. And I was like, ye joke bol. And he was like, pagal hai bhencho, meko maar dalenge.
Yeah.
And that's when I realized, I need to fight for this. And imagine it's his joke.
Yeah.
I'm saying that joke. You laughed at it because it's so funny.
Yeah, it's funny.
Like call and or ye star rating de rahe hain. Bhencho, it's so funny. But the profundity was, what a chutiya concept. And how many more things could be said, but how many Indian comics are not saying them?
Yeah.
And how many Indian audiences are just getting diluted, dumb horseshit because of that.
Yeah. And that's what they seem to like, to be honest.
Yeah, I honestly, I just don't understand, like, which is why I don't go to Indian stand-up shows. I find them to be so like, it's like, really? And they just, you know, like, Indian comic, bhan chod. And the crowd starts laughing. Isme funny kya tha? ऐसे तो मैं दिन में 100 बार bhan chod बोलता हूँ.
Yeah.
उधर तो कोई नहीं हंस रहा.
Yeah.
So it's like that. It makes no sense. Like, that's how self-censored we are.
Yeah.
That even a bhanchod on a mic sounds so
taboo and forbidden.
like, wow, I can laugh. It's
daring.
That's the thing. And I'm glad you're doing this.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm all out of, this is awesome. But what I like to do at the end is I like to see if anybody else has any questions off cam.
Sure.
And if you guys have any questions, then that's how we close it out. Nikhil, you're a fan.
Maybe you mentioned about foundational principles. Like no society can just be without law. So what would be those foundational principles for a Hindu society? I say you don't believe in Hindu Rajya, but as a Hindu Rashtra, what would be those?
What are foundational?
Mutual respect, reciprocity, Krishna's ahimsa. When you have these 3, life, liberty, prosperity takes care of
What is
it.
Krishna's ahimsa?
No first strike policy. If you punch me, tera muh tod dunga.
Okay. Yeah.
You see, life, liberty, and prosperity, right? These are the 3 foundational principles. I'm very libertarian. I like to be left the fuck alone by the state. When you live by these 3 principles, your life gets taken care of. Think about it. Don't trust me. You can disagree with me. But when you peel the layers of life, liberty, and prosperity and coexistence, that's why reciprocity. See, when we live in a multicultural society, we need to coexist with each other. So when you have reciprocity where Akash does not need to agree with me. I don't need to agree with Akash. But I need to respect his right to have an opinion. And when I reciprocate that, and Akash reciprocates that, that's when we have a successful human experiment. That's why I think we have these 3 foundational principles, we'll be fine as a society. And that's what we are lacking at a political level. At a social level, now you live here, right? You see that all around you. But at a political level, India has a giant political problem. Our political capital is a clusterfuck. Our social capital saves us. This country is safe because by and large, dharmic society, people are very, very, very docile. Like they're fine. Otherwise, oh my God, like we would be a mess. Imagine. The Pakistan blasphemy laws. I have a problem with ours, right? Here's this funny story. Did you guys hear the story of the Pakistani famous content creator who is running away outside Pakistan now? Because this is the story. I forgot his name. There are 2 blasphemy laws in Pakistan. India is 295A. I think they have a 295A too. They have a 295C. The C says you will be, there's a death penalty if you criticize the Prophet of Islam. Death penalty. Our 295A has a 10,000 rupee fine and I think a 2-year imprisonment, whichever the judge decides. They have a 10-year imprisonment. Obviously, Pakistan is a wonderful country. So this
2 years is not nothing. 2 years is...
Yeah. India sucks. Pakistan is India on steroids.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah. I'm giving you the on steroids version.
Yeah.
So this YouTuber or content creator, he basically mocked these laws by creating 2 perfumes, which he called 295A, 295C, 295A, 295C. He just made a funny video about that. A mob of Islamists came out and said, we will kill you. Imagine why. Can you make a wild guess? Why did they want to kill him? Anybody, any takers?
No, I have no guess.
Because you insulted a blasphemy law. Insulting a blasphemy law is blasphemy.
Okay.
The fucking law is sacred now, for fuck's sake. The law is sacred now. The prophet is sacred. The law itself is sacred now. This is how fucked up. My fear is, if we don't fight this as Indians, now, that is what is coming. The only thing between us and that law is the demography of India is not Islamic. That is why I fight this shit. I fight this shit like my life depends on it. I don't want that fucking law. Laws are sacred? Motherfucker, laws are written by human beings.
Laws are meant to be changed a lot of times.
So now I hope you understand what drives me on a daily basis.
I think this is awesome. Thank you so much. This is great. Yeah. Do you want to plug anything?
Man, I don't know. I'm not good at plugs. Well, if they want, they could probably subscribe to the Carvaka Podcast. It's spelled Carvaka, so Carvaka on YouTube. Or they can read my book, Nastik, Nastik.
Great.
That's my book. It's available on Amazon. It's on Kindle and a soft copy or a hard copy, whatever paperback they want to buy. So that's about it. Other than that, just if you meet someone from Indian origin, always ask them a question. Do you know about blasphemy laws in India?
Okay, I'll try. This is awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much. Kushal Mehra. Love you guys. Thank y'all.
Bye.